from Wichita, Kansas, Arkansas Travelers Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to Lawrence Dumont Stadium, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers against the Wichita Wranglers, Game 3 of a 4-game series. We welcome you to the broadcast here on a gloomy early evening in Wichita. Lots of clouds up above us, basically been overcast all day long. And just as it's been the last 2 days, the wind just blowing hard as ever out towards left center field. Yesterday, that was the case as the Wranglers cracked out a pair of 2-run homers in the 6th inning as a 6-run 6th inning propelled the Wranglers to a 9-3 win over the Arkansas Travelers as the two teams have split the opening 2 games of this important 4-game series. Jimmy Gobble pitching 6 shutout innings for the Wranglers, held Travs to just 4 base hits. He didn't have his best stop, but he got big outs when he needed them. The Travs leaving 2 men on base in the 1st inning. They hit into a double play in the 3rd, and they stranded 3 men on base in the 7th inning. And the Wranglers lefty Jimmy Gobble became the first pitcher in the Texas League to win 3 games this year. 2 of them have come against the Travs. And actually dating back to last year, Gobble has now beaten the Travelers in 4 consecutive games. Tonight, the Wranglers get a little bit of a boost from one of the top players in the American League. It is Carlos Beltran that will be starting in center field for the Wranglers. The Royals center fielder starting the season on the disabled list with a strained oblique muscle, and he'll be batting 3rd tonight as the Wranglers and the Travs battle in the 3rd game of this series. And one of the matchups we'll be looking at least pitching versus hitting, will be Travs starting pitcher Bobby Jenks taking on Carlos Beltran, a Major League All-Star who bashed 29 home runs last year and one of the truly bright players in the major leagues today. So that'll be a very interesting matchup to watch. We want to welcome you to the ITT Technical Institute Traveler pregame show. ITT Technical Institute is committed to helping you develop the skills and the knowledge that help you pursue opportunities in technological fields, such as computer electronics. At ITT Tech, you'll learn specialized techniques in a hands-on environment that help you reach your potential. Learn more about ITT by calling 565-5550 or just go online to itttech.edu. A lot of action going on in the major leagues today. We'll let you know what is going to be going on in the majors today. A couple of games in progress. There's one final score from the Bigs. So we'll run down the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard following this break on the ITT Tech pregame show and FM 101.1 The River.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan. Like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today. Or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the night like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time at a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. It is about 67 degrees just before the first pitch going to be thrown here at the banks of the Arkansas River. Phil Elson joining you on the broadcast tonight. Game 3 of a 4-game set here in the division, the East Division. Travs and the Wranglers have already played 7 games this year, and the Travs hold the advantage 4 games to 3. But last night, Wichita really fighting back after an impressive game on Sunday, won by the Travs 10-5. Yesterday, the Wranglers really pelted out some runs, 9 runs on 9 base hits, a couple of 2-run homers. Also, the Travs leading in 2 unearned runs. They've committed 3 errors, and not a very well-played game overall by the Travs yesterday. Tonight, hoping for a little bit of a different look from the team. Carlos Duncan will not be in the lineup tonight. Duncan suffering from a sore left wrist, and he is a late scratch into the lineup. Junior Zamora will take his place. He'll bat 3rd in the lineup today. But we're not at the point when we're giving lineups quite yet. Right now we're going to have a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Remember, Southwest Airlines is the official airline for the Arkansas Travelers. You can check them out at southwest.com, and that's the only place to get Southwest Airlines low fares on the World Wide Web. One final score from earlier today. The Chicago Cubs absolutely pummeled the Cincinnati Reds and exacted a measure of revenge after the Reds did the same thing to the Cubs a couple of nights ago. Sammy Sosa hit his second home run of the year. Mark Bellhorn and Hisop Choi each with a home run. Sean Estes picks up the win, and the Cubs beat Cincinnati 11-1. Game in progress right now in the National League. The Braves and the Expos playing in Puerto Rico. The Expos winning all 3 games at Hiram Bythorn Stadium in San Juan against the New York Mets. And it'll be Tony Armas Jr. taking on Shane Reynolds. Reynolds making his first start for the Braves since being signed as a free agent. Middle of the third inning currently in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Phillies leading Florida 1-0. A couple of outstanding young pitchers taking on in that game. Joe Roa for Philadelphia looking for his first win against 2 losses. Josh Beckett is 1-1, and he is on the mound for the Florida Marlins. Currently in Pittsburgh, PA, the Pirates leading the Mets 1-0. Tom Glavine pitching for the New Yorkers against the Pirates' Josh Fogg. Later tonight in the National League, 4 games yet to start. The Cardinals visiting Milwaukee. Gene Stevenson pitching for St. Louis against Milwaukee's Ben Sheets. Colorado Rockies at Arizona. Sean Chacon against John Patterson. Highly touted prospect for the Diamondbacks to make his first start of the year. San Diego's Jake Peavy at Dodger Stadium taking on Los Angeles right-hander Hideo Nomo. And at San Francisco's Pac Bell Park, Jeremy Robertson of the Houston Astros scheduled to take on the Giants righty Kurt Ainsworth, who looks to start the season 3-0. 3 games in progress right now in the American League. It's Boston 5, Tampa Bay 1. Johnny Damon has hit his 4th home run, and Casey Fossum tossing a 6-hitter at this point for the Red Sox. Baltimore 1, Cleveland 0. Cleveland just dropping 2 of 3 from the Wrangler affiliate Kansas City Royals. That game in the top of the 4th, again 1-0 Orioles. Cleveland yet to collect a base hit off Baltimore left-hander Omar Dahl. Yankees 1, Toronto 0. Yanks score a run in the bottom of the 1st. Right now they're in the bottom of the 2nd at the Bronx. And the Yanks with the major's 2nd-best record, actually 3rd-best record at 10-2. Again, 1-0 Yanks over the Blue Jays. Mike Mussina looking for win number 3. The Royals take on the Chicago White Sox tonight at Old Comiskey. Well, you got to call it Old Comiskey now because it's U.S. Cellular Field. Miguel Asensio and Mark Buehrle, the starters. Detroit's Mike Maroff trying to avoid becoming the major's first 4-game loser in Minnesota. He'll take on the Twins and Kyle Loge. Angel left-hander Jared Washburn pitching against the Texas Rangers. Colby Lewis at Arlington. And it's Oakland taking on Seattle in the Pacific Northwest. Ted Lilly for the Athletics. Ryan Franklin for the Seattle Mariners. Those are the games going on in the major leagues today. We'll let you know what happened in the Texas League yesterday. Also a look at the Ag Pro Farm Report as the ITT Technical Institute pregame show continues right here on FM 101.1 The River.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real candy bar and soul, chocolate soul. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of a needle, I was often told. If you step for nothing, you're far from gold. And your actions all is told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the cool taste of Coca-Cola.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our Chicken Club Toaster Sandwich, our Bacon Cheddar Burger Toaster, or our 3 Breakfast Toaster Sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Welcome back to Wichita, Kansas and the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Don't forget that usage of the Internet is still expanding and qualified web developers are needed throughout the country. ITT Technical Institute helps prepare students to design, create, and maintain websites and online databases. You can learn more about ITT Tech by calling 565-5550 or just go online to itttech.edu. This is Phil Elson joining you on the river. Again, a very cloudy evening in Wichita. There is a good chance for rain tonight, but it does appear that we'll have no trouble starting tonight's ball game. But you never know here in Wichita. The weather can change any single moment. The old saying, if you don't like the weather here, then just wait. It'll change in 5 minutes. Well, they say that everywhere in the country. It isn't quite true, but right here in Wichita, it is completely true. Could be raining 2 inches outside the ballpark and not inside the ballpark, and next thing you know, 2 hours later, it finally begins to rain inside the yard. So hopefully we'll have no trouble getting tonight's game in. Take a look at what's going on in the Texas League. The Tulsa Drillers defeated Frisco last night 6-4. They tied the Travs with identical 6-5 records. Jorge Piedra with a game-winning 2-run homer. A second home run of the season that came in the 8th inning for Tulsa. Corey Sullivan also a pair of run-scoring singles, the second of which tied the game at 4 in the 6th inning. Melito Dotel got the relief victory as he was perfect over the final inning and 2/3 for the win. Tonight, Tulsa hosting Frisco at Drillers Stadium. A.J. Murray pitches for the Rough Riders. Tulsa's Chris Boglovsky looking for his first win of the year. Out of Midland, Texas, the Rockhounds scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning, but Round Rock holds them scoreless after that and wins 7-6 at the First American Bank Ballpark. Round Rock snapping a 4-game losing streak in just their 3rd win of this young year. Jason Alfaro with the game-winning RBIs. A 2-run single in the 8th inning. Dax Norris also 2 base hits and a pair of runs batted in for the Express. And Jory Kogenauer picked up the victory with 2 2/3 scoreless relief innings. His first win of the year. Jack Krofchick, reliever from Midland, dropped his second decision, giving up 2 runs and 3 hits in an inning and a third. Tonight it's those same 2 teams in Midland. Round Rock sends right-hander Rudy Lugo looking for his first win against 2 losses against Rockhound right-hander Mike Ziegler, who has started the season 2-0. Over in West Texas, El Paso playing against the San Antonio Missions, and the Missions beat the Diablos by the final of 7-2. San Antonio has won 3 consecutive games after dropping 4 in a row. Travis Blackley with 6 scoreless frames for his first win, allowed just 3 hits and struck out 6 Diablo batters. Luis Ugueto with 3 base hits and a couple of runs scored. Jim Horner had 2 RBIs for the Missions. Tonight it is San Antonio right-hander Rhett Johnson against El Paso's Greg Aquino. And we will be updating you on those scores as the broadcast continues of the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Now for a look at the Ag Pro Farm Report as we take a glance around the Anaheim Angels minor league system, brought to you by Ag Pro of England. You can call up Ag Pro, which is your John Deere dealer, at 800-264-2524, or just look online, or just get out to England and visit them on Highway 165. Starting with the AAA affiliate in Salt Lake, boy, the Stingers really having some rough times right now. They lost their 5th consecutive game yesterday against Fresno, 5-2. Steve Green tagged his first loss of the year, allowing 4 runs over 6 2/3 innings. Oscar Salazar in his first game at AAA for the Stingers went with a couple of base hits, and he also tripled. Tonight, the Stingers are beginning a brand new series after losing 5 in a row to Fresno. And the Stingers are taking on the A's affiliate, the Sacramento River Cats, in the state of Utah. Single-A affiliate Rancho Cucamonga Quakes did not play yesterday. They were rained out, supposed to play the High Desert Mavericks, and they'll have a doubleheader scheduled some other time. Tonight, Irvin Santana pitches for the Quakes. He looks for his 2nd win of the year. Cedar Rapids shutting out Quad City 6-0 in the Midwest League. Juan Toledo pitching 7 scoreless innings with 4 hits, 6 strikeouts for his first win. Hayden Guillermo and Austin Bilkey each with a hitless relief inning. B.J. Weed 3 for 4. David Gates and Matt Brown a home run each for Cedar Rapids. They moved their record to 5-5 with 3 consecutive wins. That's the Ag Pro Farm Report, brought to you by Ag Pro of England, your John Deere dealer. Call them up at 800-264-2524 for Ag Pro. And that is also your ITT Technical Institute pregame show. You can learn more about TT Tech by calling 565-5550 or check them out online at itttech.edu. We are just about set for baseball in Wichita, and we'll bring you the starting lineups in the first pitch of tonight's Trav Wrangler baseball game after this break on FM 101.1, The River.
There is a place in Arkansas where people come from around the world to obtain treatment for their illness. A place that is the breeding ground for tomorrow's cures through medical research. Perhaps a breakthrough in cancer treatment or a new way of helping with memory disorders. But this place is more than a hospital. It's a place where the majority of Arkansas's doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and other medical practitioners are trained. It's the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences. It's where medicine lives. And it comes to life every day in the hands of some of the brightest doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals in the nation. Since 1879, UAMS has been making a difference in the lives of Arkansans through healing, searching, teaching, and serving.
Okay.
UAMS is the foundation for the future of healthcare in Arkansas.
Thank you.
UAMS is where medicine lives.
A powerful rendition of the national anthem here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, which means the Wranglers are out on the field, and we are set for baseball. The Wranglers coming into today's record with today's a game with a record of 5 wins against 6 losses, and currently they rank just 1 game behind the Travs in the Texas League East Division standings, which is a very tight division to start this year. Just 1 game separating the teams tied for first place, which would be the Travs and the Tulsa Drillers. Wichita and Frisco, each with a record of 5 and 6. Over in the West Division, Midland a 2-game lead over El Paso. Round Rock pulls up the rear 6 games out at 3 and 9. And we'll have a look at today's starting lineup, beginning with the Wranglers' leadoff man, Alejandro Machado. He'll be at second base. Byron Geddes will be batting second for Wichita, and he's in right field. Carlos Beltran hitting third today. Beltran, the first of 3 games, he'll be out in the lineup for the Wranglers. He's going to be in center field. Hunter Bledsoe cleans up as the DH. Titus Meadows hits fifth, and the Wrangler left fielder is where Meadows will be. It's Mike Tonis batting in the 6th hole as the catcher. Chad Santos hitting 7th. He's at first base. Justin Gamal hits 8th at third. Santos is at first base. Gamal is at third base. Thomas Laura rounds out the starting 9 at shortstop. Lineup right now for the Arkansas Travelers. Nate Haynes leading off in center field. Jake Weber batting second in the left field spot. Junior Zamora, a late addition to the lineup, hitting third as tonight's DH. And Michael Keefe will clean up. The reigning Texas League Player of the Week is at first base. Jason Hill batting 5th at third. Ryan Specht hits 6th at shortstop. Then there's Ryan Budde hitting 7th. Adonis Harrison 8th. And Kenny James rounds out the starting 9. Trav hitters facing Ryan Douglas, a right-handed pitcher from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, facing Haynes, who fouls the first pitch off the right side. And we are underway at 7:05. Right on time tonight as well. A much smaller crowd than we've had for the past couple of nights here in Wichita. In fact, there's a whole lot less people than the last 2 nights. Pitch inside on Haynes, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wranglers the last 2 games have drawn over 9,000 fans to Lawrence Dumont Stadium, the best 2-game stretch for this team to open the season in about 10 years, as a curveball to Haynes falls in for a strike. Haynes batting left-handed against the righty Douglas. Nate batting .250, a home run, which was a solo shot 2 nights ago, which broke a tie game and gave the Travs a win. And he'll accept ball 2 inside from Ryan Douglas. Douglas not an exceptionally hard thrower, and he throws a curveball which hung in the zone. Haynes bloops it over the shortstop's head, and it bounces in front of Carlos Beltran for a leadoff base hit. So Nate, who really had a very rough game yesterday, striking out in his 4 at-bats each time, starts this game off today exactly the way he liked to, reaching base with a single and bringing up Jake Weber. Travelers yesterday held scoreless in the first inning for the first time since April the 4th. Actually, it was April the 5th. Throw to first checks Haynes back in there. Arkansas had scored 17 runs in the first inning in 7 consecutive games. And then last night, it was Wichita striking first and taking the win. Off the rubber goes Douglas. He's going to be paying a lot of attention to Haynes at first base. Starting pitcher for the Wranglers yesterday, Gobble. Jimmy, he really paid a lot of attention to any Travelers on base, especially Nate Haynes and Kenny James, who probably are 2 of the faster base runners in the Texas League. All right, Weber will now see his first pitch, and it's inside for a ball. Jake sitting out last night as Travs had that left-hander out of the lineup with Gobble out there. Gobble, of course, very tough lefty. But Jake back in the lineup, facing a right-hander. Count 1 ball, no strikes. And Haynes takes off. Weber singles towards left center field. And that one will get between the outfielders. Haynes is already around third. He's going to score as Weber pulls into second base with an RBI double. And Arkansas back on the scoreboard in the first inning. Took them just 1 game to get back into the groove. One nothing. The Travelers have the lead. Weber cracking his 6th double of the season to knock in RBI number 7. And Jake now tied with 3 other Texas League batters for the league lead in triples. Up to the plate is Junior Zamora, right-handed hitter, and he fouls the first pitch to the right side, count 0-1. Great piece of hitting by Weber. Haynes taking off on a hit-and-run play, and Jake's line drive was right over where the shortstop would have been playing. And he hit the ball so hard, and even though it landed just behind shortstop, it was still rolling extremely quickly towards the outfield fence. Fastball high and tight on Zamora. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a 1-0 Traveler lead on Weber's 5th double against Wichita. He's had just 1 double in the 4-game series against Tulsa. Of course, the Travs have played so many of their first 11 games against the Wichita Wranglers. A curveball falling low to Zamora. Ryan Douglas, the pitcher, 6'3", 210 pounds. Here in his 7th professional season, all of them spent with the Royals organization. Former 13th round pick out of high school in '97. Zamora line drive, diving catch by the first baseman Santos, and he is going to double Weber off of the second. Zamora took a pitch the opposite way, and Santos had a long way to jump for that ball. He really used every inch of his frame to bring that one in. He's only 5'11", and he leapt in the air by about 5 or 6 inches, maybe a little bit more. Well, the Travs now have the bases empty after the double play hit into by Junior. As Mike O'Keefe steps into the batter's box. Left-hander taking a curveball low. 1 ball, no strikes against the Traveler first baseman O'Keefe, who leads the team with 11 RBIs. Second, with the batting average clipped at .375. Swings at a pitch, ground ball to the first baseman, Santos. He was off the line, flipping to Douglas at first base for the final out. But the Travs do score in the first inning for the 8th time in 9 games. 1-0 Travs after 2 base hits. No one left on, and the Wranglers coming up in the bottom of the first. Travs lead 1-0.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shed Spread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shed Spread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right, it's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore, do they?
Well, just one game after the Travs had been held scoreless in the first inning for the only time in 7 games, they get right back on the scoreboard in the first inning the next day. 1-0 Arkansas as Jake Weber drove in Nate Haynes with an RBI double, giving Bobby Jenks yet another lead. Bobby's had a lead in the first inning every game that he's pitched so far. Of course, that's just 2 games. But I will tell you, Bobby has had a lot of support out there from his offense. The team has scored 8 runs in each of Bobby's starts, and the team winning both of those games. A lot of it not just because they're scoring runs for Bobby, but he's also pitching very well. Travs outscoring the opponent 16-1 over his 2 starts, and that included an 8-1 victory over Wichita on April the 4th. That was the second game of the season. Bobby did not pick up a decision in that game as he left the game in the 5th inning after walking the bases loaded. But his last time out, Bobby was dominating in an 8-0 shutout over Tulsa. Going the first 6 innings, allowing just 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. And the big number for Bobby was just 3 walks in that victory over Tulsa. And looking for his second consecutive win. He's going to face Alejandro Machado, a switch-hitting second baseman, followed by Byron Geddes. And then a real test for Bobby. He'll be facing an all-star center fielder for the major leagues, Carlos Beltran, who's batting 3rd. Machado first, and he has 4 hits in this series. Taking the first pitch for a strike right down the middle. Todd Tichenor, the crew chief for this umpire crew, calling balls and strikes today. Angel Campos at 3rd base, Rodney Galloway at 1st. Jenks, the giant right-hander out of Bothell, Washington, delivers the pitch, and Machado slaps it out of play for another strike. Numbers on Bobby through 2 games are outstanding. No runs over 10 2/3 innings, just 4 base hits, and the Texas League batting 114 against him. Bobby controlling his fastball, but the changeup has also been a terrific part of his arsenal this early in the year. Machado taking a fastball high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bobby has broken out the changeup now and then, but it's usually later in the game, towards the 4th and 5th inning. And that fastball high and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, we all know about Bobby. The fastball that he throws is just about legendary now throughout the minors. Clocked as high as 102. Ball 3 outside. He's come with fastballs on the 2-strike pitch each time against Machado, but they've been high. Bobby doesn't seem to be overthrowing the ball, which was a big problem for him in his first couple of pro seasons. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Machado. He swings and pops a pitch up. Foul territory, 3rd base side. There's tons of room over there. Third baseman Jason Hill chasing it. He collides with the shortstop, Speck, just in front of the foul fence at third base. Now, both guys are going to be okay. They didn't necessarily slam right into each other. Speck was there to provide some guidance for Hill, who chased that ball over towards the bullpen. There is just about under 60 feet of room from the foul lines to the stands on both sides of the diamond here at Lawrence Dumont. You get a lot of foul outs here. All right, so another 3-2 pitch from Jenks, and this one chopped towards shortstop. 2 bounces, Speck has it. Quick throw to first base. Nice play, and he's out. Brian took a second to charge at that ball after the second bounce to give him some momentum with the good throw to first base. And Byron Geddes will stand into the batter's box. He normally hits third for the Wranglers, but with Carlos Beltran in the lineup, Geddes moves up a spot. Norris Hopper, the usual everyday center fielder for the Wranglers, not playing today, and he may not see some playing time with Beltran out there. As Beltran looking to get back to the big leagues by Friday. Geddes hitting .308. He has hit both of his home runs this year against Trav pitchers. He takes the first pitch strike on the outside corner. Bobby has really refined his approach to pitching over the past season. This pitch lined towards third base. One hop. Nice play by Jason Hill. Went down to the ground to pick the ball up, and he throws across the diamond for the out on Geddes. Hill still learning that position. Third base not his natural spot. He's a catcher. And playing at the corner positions on the infield. Occasionally getting a chance as a catcher. So 2 outs, and Carlos Beltran stepped in. Switch hitter will be batting left-handed against Jenks. Beltran, an all-star center fielder. He's really been one of the bright spots for Kansas City the last 4 years. Knocking in 100 runs 3 of the last 4 seasons. Hitting 20 home runs or more in each of those years. That included a career-high 29 jacks last year. Jenks missing low and inside, ball 1. And you talk about the Royals, of course, everyone knows they've started the season with 10 wins in 11 games. But they've done it without their best player. Beltran is their best all-around player. He swings at a Jenks fastball and fouls it back. Last year, Beltran hitting .273 with the 29 homers. 35 stolen bases, so one of the true power-speed combinations in the major leagues today. And if he does get to first base, it's a good bet to try to steal second. There isn't a single player in the majors that steals bases at a better clip than Carlos Beltran. A curveball from Jenks, and he made Beltran look bad. A swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The fastball gets all the headlines, but the other pitches get the outs, it seems, for Jenks sometimes. The 1-2 pitch, he tried the changeup on Beltran, and it left up, and it stayed upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Beltran. This is his first game, at least in a competitive sense, since spring training. Injured an oblique muscle. Here's a 2-2 to Beltran. Changeup fouled at the plate. Bobby throwing consecutive changeups to Beltran with a 2-strike count. As I said, the fastball is going to get the headlines, but the breaking pitch and the changeup are going to get the outs. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch in the dirt, check swing. They'll appeal to third base as Beltran barely started the bat. And that breaking pitch hit in front of home. Now a full count on Beltran. 1-0, Travs have the lead. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Base is empty for Wichita. 2 outs. 3-2 count, and the pitch from Jenks. Fastball fouled at home. Beltran looking for heat from Bobby. And let's get this straight. A lot of major league hitters on rehab assignments come down to Double-A, and they rake. They don't see major league quality fastballs. Bobby Jenks is major league quality. Another changeup, and he walked him. The ball sailed outside. So Bobby really relying on the changeup against Beltran. He can't expect to just throw fastballs to him and be able to get by with that. So Beltran reaching base. We'll see if he's going to test his leg. Beltran in his career, 109 stolen bases. He has been caught just 14 times. A success rate of 87.2%, which is the best for any active player in the majors. Hunter Bledsoe takes a curveball low, big right-handed hitter. Collected an infield single yesterday. Bledsoe batting .297, but it's a soft .297, just one extra base hit, which was a home run. Beltran takes a good lead from first. Jenks not really paying much attention to him. Tries a fastball at missing inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Trev catcher Ryan Budde, along with the rest of the catching crew, allowing just 5 stolen bases in 11 attempts this year. And Beltran takes off. The pitch is jacked towards left center field. Hit very well, and it's a tweener. With Beltran on the move, he's going to score with no problem. And Bledsoe pulls into second base with a run-scoring double. Great piece of hitting by Bledsoe. He sat fastball on a 2-0 count. Bobby left it out over the plate. And Bledsoe's first double of the year provides his 4th RBI. And the game tied at 1. So each team scoring a run on a hit-and-run double with a man at first base. Titus Meadows stepping in. Meadows, a right-hander who hit a moonshot of a home run last night. Took a hanging breaking ball from Chris Pine and turned it into a hanging home run. Jenks checking second base, and a fastball to Meadows right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 score. Wranglers scoring in the first inning for the 3rd time against the Travs this year, and they've won the previous 2 games in which they scored in the first. 0-1 pitch, line drive into left field, a base hit. Bledsoe will be sent around third base. Weber up throwing from left field. The ball has to be cut off, and Bledsoe will score the go-ahead run. Weber's throw from left field was not very strong, but he was playing deep, and he didn't think he had a chance to get Bledsoe at home plate. So a pair of big 2-out run-scoring hits in the first inning. Wichita leading 2-1. Jenks got 2 outs in this inning very quickly and then battled against Carlos Beltran, who walked. Since then, Bledsoe doubled, Meadows singles, and Wichita leads, giving Mike Tonis a chance to hit in the first inning. A right-handed catcher takes a curveball, strike 1. Well, both the pitches that Bobby has been hurt on in this first inning has been fastballs at the belt, right down the middle. Here's the 0-1 to Tonis in the dirt and blocked by the catcher Ryan Budde. 1-1. Bobby trying to focus a little bit more this year on location with his pitches. Throwing to spots in the catcher's mitt. He's not looking at spots in the strike zone. He'll zone in on the catcher's mitt, try to throw it right to a certain spot in it. Used to be he just shot for the glove itself. Runner goes on the pitch, inside throw to second base, bounces, and a stolen base for Meadows. Bobby threw a changeup which gave Meadows maybe a split second or two, extra time to get to second. Buddy's throw did bounce, but it did appear to be a good throw right on the money. 2 balls and a strike on Mike Tonis, who enters the game hitting .216. No home runs, 1 RBI, and he'll look to put Wichita ahead by 2 runs. Jenks finds the strike zone with a fastball, 2-2. Wind really picking up here in Wichita, gusting out to about 35 miles an hour. But no balls have really been hit high in the air yet. Both base hits for Wichita in this inning have been line drives that the wind had nothing to do with. Tonis swinging late on a fastball, and he fouls it off the right side. A cool, crisp evening here in southeastern Kansas. Clouds up above us moving rather quickly towards the southwest. Unless I'm just turned around and don't exactly know what direction I'm facing. But let's just say it's blowing out to left field. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tonis, and a breaking pitch hits him on the front shoulder. Bobby squeezed that ball a little bit. I wouldn't say too hard, but the ball just kind of spun out of his hands. No breaking motion to it. So Bobby's location is not exactly where he'd like it to be tonight. Keith Comstock out to the mound to try to settle Jenks down. The 2 runs here in the first inning are the only runs Jenks has allowed this year. Both those games coming at Raywinder Field, now here on the road. But Bobby usually was as comfortable at home as he was on the road last season. Credit due to the Wranglers. Beltran really had a major league quality at bat. And that's what started this now 2-run rally and a chance for more. Fouled off 2 strike pitches and forced the pitcher to give him something to hit and ended up taking the walk. Chad Santos standing in. Ball 1 from Jenks low and inside. Any long innings like this really just shortens Bobby's outing. He's on a strict pitch counter. At this point, unless he really straightens things out, finds his control, he may not go longer than 4 innings. Fastball grounder to the shortstop. Ryan Speck fields it cleanly. Flips to Harrison at second. That forces out Tonis. And the side is retired by the Wranglers, but they scored twice on 2 base hits. A couple of men left on, and Wichita rallies for a 2-run first inning. They lead the Travs 2-1. We'll move into the second inning after this on FM 101.1 The River.
Currently, there are more than 80,000 people on the National Organ Transplant waiting list, and more than 300 of them are from Arkansas. Every 16 minutes, another name is added to that list, and every 82 minutes, someone dies while waiting for a life-saving organ. When you're an organ donor, you're giving someone else a chance to live, which is truly the most precious gift. The Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency hopes you will step up to the plate and talk to your family about organ and tissue donation. For more information, call Aurora, 866-660-5433, or visit the website at aurora.org.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see us behind this window?
There's a mirror on the other side, genius.
Hey, chill out. What, are you nervous or something?
No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book.
What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not nice of you to string me along. Say you're retired, but that must be wrong. Tastes just like the original one. That's why I'm craving you, 'cause you're second to none. Diet Dr. Pepper, made a believer out of me. Diet Dr. Pepper, your great flavor is all of the proof I need. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium right here in Wichita, Kansas. The Wranglers and the Travs each scoring at least 1 run in the first inning. Problem is that the Wranglers scored 2. All of that with 2 outs. And an impressive rally by Wichita gives them a lead here in the first for the second consecutive night.
Lead off for Arkansas. Their third baseman, number 21, Jason Hill.
Although the Travs did score first, opponents are 2-0 against Arkansas when scoring in the first inning. Let's see how the Travs respond and how the Wrangler starter Douglas responds now to having a lead. As Jason Hill will lead off the second inning for the Travs in the 5 spot, and he takes a strike to begin the inning. Hill, Speck, and Budde are the batters facing Douglas, who starts the year in the bullpen for the Wranglers and called upon for a spot start tonight. Hill waits on a breaking pitch and pops it towards shallow right field. Machado out from second base. One hands the ball, and there is 1 out in the second inning. Douglas starting tonight because the scheduled starter, Danny Tamayo, has a pinched nerve in his foot. Tamayo will miss today's start, and he'll be back in action the second time around, and probably be starting against the Frisco Rough Riders. They're the team that will come into Wichita on Thursday. They start a 4-game series, and the Travs will get out to Tulsa starting Thursday, a 4-game set. Here's Brian Specht. And a switch hitting shortstop will take the pitch inside from Douglas. A lot of curveballs by Douglas to start in tonight's game. Specht hitting .250. Just one hit in his last 18 at-bats, and he takes ball 2 high and outside. Douglas, 24 years old, mentioned earlier, from Pittsburgh, PA, graduated from Canevin Catholic High School. And the 2-0. Fastball is low, 3 balls, no strikes. Originally, Douglas, 13th round pick in the 97 draft. Mostly he's been a starting pitcher. This will be his 92nd career start, but his first at Double-A. And a strike to Specht on the inside corner. The first strike of this at-bat, now 3-1. Ryan Budde on deck, 2-1 Wranglers, and the top of the second base is empty, 1 out. Douglas winds, kicks, and deals. The swing and a miss by Specht. Cut fastball from Ryan Douglas. A little late action to that pitch. And now a full count on the Trav shortstop, who was hitless last night in 4 at-bats. He's only hit in his last 18 trips to the plate. A home run 2 nights ago. 3-2 pitch, a hard ground ball, base hit to right field. And Specht got that between first and second base, collecting his 10th base hit of the year.
Ryan Budde.
Trav's 3rd hit of the night brings up Ryan Budde. Douglas will allow his share of base hits. Over his career, just under 568 innings and 644 base hits. And also gives up the occasional long ball. Last year he allowed 13 home runs in 19 starts for the Carolina League entry in Wilmington, Delaware. Budde takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Trav catcher last night 1 for 3, and this may be the only time, I think, or maybe another time, that Budde actually started consecutive games. This is 7th start of the year. Specht leads from first base. Douglas throws over there, chasing him in. Looked like a little bit of a hesitation move by Douglas. Close to a balk, but not called. Wranglers 2, Travelers 1, top 2. A gloomy evening in Wichita. Feels like it could rain at any moment. Another throw to first, chasing Specht in. They're reporting gusts of up to 38, sometimes 40 miles an hour. A steady wind from 26 to 30 miles an hour tonight. Gusting from the south. Douglas ready. Specht the same lead, and the 1-0 pitch to Budde inside, ball 2. Lawrence carries a 31-39 record coming into tonight's game. Career ERA over 4.20. And it did take him a while to get up to Double-A. 2002 season, his most productive in the Royals system. Budde, line drive up the middle for a base hit. Specht watches the ball out towards center field. He turns the corner at second, and he'll reach third with no throw.
The Arkansas second baseman, number 3.
So Budde collects his second base hit of the series, and heads up base running by Brian Specht realized that Beltran was playing a deep center field and got to third base easily. Trav's at the corners, 1 out, and second baseman Adonis Harrison, left-handed hitter, will step in. Harrison starting his second consecutive game as Oscar Salazar, who's been more or less an automatic entry into the number 3 hole in the lineup and the second base spot on the field, is starting tonight against the Sacramento River Cats for Salt Lake. Pitching coach Larry Carter heading out to the mound. This is the 3rd straight game that the Wranglers starting pitcher has been visited by his coach very early in the game. Last night, even though Jimmy Gobble pitched those 6 shutout innings, he didn't have his best stuff. Carter made a visit in the first inning following a 4-pitch walk to the second man that Gobble faced 2 nights ago. Starter Dusty Reitman was visited by Carter after Arkansas plated 2 runs through the first 5 batters of the game. Titchener, the home plate umpire, breaks the meeting up on the pitcher's mound. Travs are threatening with 1 away here in the top of the second inning. Very quiet night here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium tonight, much different from the last couple of days. Over 9,000 people were at the last 2 games combined. Very loud atmosphere. Exciting place for a ball game, but when it's empty, and it's a fairly large ballpark, it feels and sounds empty. Harrison now at the plate, and he'll take ball one. A curveball from Douglas outside. Harrison, 4 for 11 this year. Got his first run batted in as a Traveler yesterday. By that point, the Travs were down by a score of 8-3. Too little, too late. 1 ball, no strikes, and Harrison swings. Come back to the mound. Could be 2. Started by Douglas. Goes to shortstop for an out, and Thomas Laura completes the double play by the throw to first base. Exactly what the Travs did not want, and that's what happened. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base after the inning-ending double play. We go to the bottom of the second. Wichita 2, Arkansas 1.
If you have a Shell or Texaco credit card, your life just got easier. Shell is now accepting the Texaco credit card, and Texaco is now accepting the Shell credit card. That's right, both cards work in both places. In fact, both credit cards are welcome at over 23,000 Shell and Texaco stations nationwide. With that, the likelihood of not finding a gas station when you need it just went down the storm drain. The same conveniences still apply to both. You can pay at the pump or fill up with a few groceries inside. And if you're short on cash, you can still use them in the nationwide network of Plus ATM machines. And they're still available with no annual fee. But if your wallet hasn't been blessed with one of these credit cards before, here's its chance. You can apply by calling 888-98-SHELL or visit www.shellcreditcard.com. You can also apply for your Shell credit card at any Shell Superstop, your one-stop shop all across Arkansas.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
Traveler Baseball returns to the airwaves tonight here in the bottom of the second inning. Wichita Wranglers 2, Arkansas Travelers 1. Travs have collected 4 hits over 2 innings, but just 1 run. Second baseman Adonis Harrison bouncing into a 1-6-3 double play to end the second inning, although Harrison did end that frame by not driving in anybody and really killed the Trav chances to bring anybody home. Of course, he ended the inning with that double play. Hits the ball very hard. Can't fault him for that. It was a very nice play by the catcher, by the pitcher, Ryan Douglas, who had to leap in the air in order to bring that ball down, and then a very good throw to second. Never underestimate the power of a pitcher who can field the ball. So with Wichita leading by a run, Justin Gamal leading off. The number 8 batter starts off by taking a strike. That motor you hear on the broadcast is the kind of the vehicle driven by Wichita mascot Wilbur, who's a horse. We have a lot of horse mascots in this league. Gamal taking another strike. The count is 0-2. He's hitting .344 to lead the Wranglers. Jenks working quickly. His 2-strike pitch is in the dirt, trying to curveball, and Bobby held on to it a little too long. Yeah, well, that'll tell you exactly how many fans are at the ballpark, because any time that the mascot has enough room to ride around on a vehicle, that means that there's not much of a chance he's going to run people over, because there's not many people here. They had 5,000 people at the game tonight. I think that Wilbur would not be riding through the stands in a motorized vehicle. Breaking pitch hits the dirt again. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Jenks. Thomas Laura on deck. Machado will hit third in the inning. Ryan Budde does not like what he sees from Jenks right now. The catcher heads out to the mound and wants to chat it over with him. Gamal with a very good batter's eye. Walked 9 times this year, leading the Wranglers. Trav pitchers have awarded him a free pass 8 times. Here's Jenks with a fastball called strike 3. Outside corner, and that is strikeout number 1 for the Trav right-hander. his 15th of the season. And Gamal walks back into the dugout, now replaced at the batter's box by Thomas Laura. Laura, the shortstop for the Wranglers, made a perfect throw to nip Harrison at first base for that double play. Batting left-handed, he'll take ball one from Jenks inside. 2-1 Wichita. Wranglers looking for their second win in as many games. Here's the 1-0. Laura fights a fastball up, and it's out of play to left field. Wranglers at 5-6, and they feel pretty good about that record considering how young this team is. There aren't that many seasoned minor league veterans, at least not at the Double-A level. They have some players on this roster that have taken some time to get up to Double-A. 4 or 5 years, and sometimes that's a bit of a long time to get up to Double-A. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jenks lines up, and the ball is in there for strike 2. Laura showed bunt and took that pitch right on the inside corner. Laura hitting .321, no home runs, 2 RBIs, pair of doubles for his only extra base hits. Jenks staring in for Budde's sign. He sets up on the outside corner, and Jenks hits the dirt with another breaking ball. Just not finding his release point with the curveball yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Budde out to the mound again. That's 2 times in 2 batters that Budde has to go out and talk with his pitcher. Ryan back behind home plate. 2-1 Wranglers. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Thomas Laura. Jenks throws a fastball high and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and that one really snapped Budde's mitt. But it was nowhere near the strike zone. 1 away, base is empty, and the payoff pitch to Laura, low, ball 4. Bobby started off with a count of 1-2, and he loses the number 9 batter. Second walk issued by Bobby Jenks. He also hit a batter in the first inning. So that's 9 batters that he's faced, and he's retired only 4 of them. 2 base hits, a couple of walks, and 1 hit batter. Jenks recording 1 strikeout. Now we'll see if Bobby is able to get through the order the second time a little bit quicker. 1 away, and Alejandro Machado, a slap hitter at the plate, showing bunt and taking ball 1. Keith Bodie, the Wrangler manager, trying to rattle Jenks a little bit and get him to not focus on that strike zone. The last 2 batters have squared around at some point during their at-bat. And Bodie ought to know Jenks better than any other manager in this league. This is the 5th time that Jenks has started against the Wichita Wranglers. 1 win and 2 losses, the record for Jenks in those games. That does include the no decision in the 8-1 win on the second game of the season. Runner fakes the steal, and Bobby misses ball 2. And Budde out to the mound again. This is 3 times that he's had to head out to the pitcher's mound in 3 batters. And the last 2 times he's just walked out there, said 3 or 4 words, and then jogged back behind home plate. But they keep cutting that path between the pitcher's mound and home plate. It really slows the tempo down of the game, and it could hurt Bobby more than it helps him. 2 balls, no strikes. And a fastball is right down the middle, strike 1. Jenks appeared to take something off his fastball, sacrifice velocity, in order to put the ball where he wanted it. The real problem for Jenks so far is the inability to throw his breaking pitch for strikes. Been to 2 strikes quite often, but the curveball has hit the dirt more often than it's not. And the runner takes off on the 2-strike pitch, fouled back as Machado got a fastball. Thomas Laura checking his manager, Keith Bodie, as he jogs back towards first base. And he takes another big lead again. Mike O'Keefe holds him on. Middle infielders at double play depth. Big gap at shortstop and second. The runner goes again. Pitch out. Budde throw to second base right on the money and in time as Thomas Laura is caught stealing. Budde gunning his second runner in 2 games. And Trav catchers have now caught 7 of 12 men attempting to steal. And that was a nice idea by Budde and Jenks to throw a pitch out. They knew the runner was going. Here's a 3-2 pitch inside, and Machado walks. There are 2 outs here in the second inning. Now Byron Geddes stepping up. Geddes grounded out to third base in the first inning. Jenks retired the first 2 men of that frame, and then the next 4 batters reached in succession and score a couple of runs. 2-1 Wichita, 2 outs, bottom second. Man at first is Machado, and Geddes takes a strike on the outside corner. Geddes with 3 RBIs yesterday against Arkansas, including a 2-run homer and a run-scoring groundout. He has knocked in 8 runs against the Travs out of the 10 he's knocked in overall this year. Pop-up, foul grounds, first base side. O'Keefe, an odd chance to catch that ball over his head, and he makes a very fine catch on the grass, and that ends the second inning. Good job by O'Keefe. And Jenks pitches a scoreless second inning. No runs or hits, and a man left standing at first base. Our score, Wichita 2, Arkansas 1. We'll be back for the top of the third inning following this break on FM 101.1 The River.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
Please take a moment to honor the brave men and women valiantly serving our country. Remember, our leadership as the future of a nation, and the lives of so many rest squarely on their shoulders. Finally, rally around friends and neighbors as they wait for the return of husbands, wives, brothers, sisters, fathers, and mothers. The sacrifice of the few protects the freedom of many. Stand and salute soldiers, leaders, and a nation united. This message of hope brought to you by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Traveler right fielder Kenny James leading off in the third inning for the Travs. 2-1 lead for Wichita. James followed by Nate Haynes and Jake Weber. This is an outstanding threesome of hitters to have as your 3 men scheduled to hit. Jenks batting left-handed takes a strike. James, the leading hitter in the Texas League, 12 games in, batting .425, 34 points higher than any other batter in the league right now. And he takes inside on a curveball from Douglas. Kenny, 5 for 9 in this series, including a double and 2 runs batted in. Right now, just looking to get on base and create havoc. And ball 2 from Douglas, low and in. You like to see James batting ninth these days. It's really worked out very well ever since Nate Haynes was brought back from AAA Salt Lake City and inserted into the everyday leadoff role. A 2-1 pitch. KJ pulls it slowly on the ground to the first baseman, Santos. He stepped on the bag and then fielded the ball. Therefore, Kenny is out.
Center fielder, Nathan Haynes.
And now Haynes coming up. James has really flourished in front of Haynes. 12 for 24 even after that ground out that just occurred. And that's as the number 9 batter. How often does your number 9 batter lead the league in hitting. Here's Haynes' first pitch swinging. Same thing. Chopper to first. Santos fields it and runs to the bag himself for the out.
Number 22 for Arkansas, the left fielder, Jake Weber.
These Trav left-handed hitters are giving Santos a lot of work at first base. It's the fourth ball hit to him. He started a double play in the first inning, which caught Weber off of second. And he retired Mike O'Keefe in the first inning. He slashes this ball deep but foul to left field. Actually, that's Jake Weber slashing the ball deep and foul to left field, and a strike. Jake, owner of the Traveler RBI tonight, doubling in Haynes in the first inning. And now the Travs are trailing by 1 run. Weber entered the game at .303. He now has 6 doubles and 7 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Look out. Weber ducks behind that pitch, and a ball and a strike to the Trav left fielder. In this lineup, the Travs feature a lot of left-handed hitters. 5 full-time left-handed hitters and 2 switch hitters. Comebacker to the mound, fielded by Douglas, and an easy play as he flips to first base, and that was a perfect 1-2-3 inning. Douglas dominated the Travs in that frame with 3 of the best hitters on the team coming to the plate. So the Wranglers lead 2-1, and the bottom of the third coming up right here on FM 101.1, The River.
2-1, Wichita. All right. Now, home plate, we got the Pizza Hut right to the plate. We're going to race around the bases in opposite directions and see who's going to win. The winner gets 2 personal fan pizzas from Pizza Hut. The runner-up will get 1 personal fan pizza. Sierra Bell Spot. Right to first, representing section 103C. Jeremy Meyer in the third. And all the way around, representing 110 FM. On your mark, get set, go!
Looking for the perfect snack to go along with a game? Pick up America's #1 food craving and hit a home run with your family. With more than 300 varieties of cheese made right here in America, there are endless ways to cave to the crave. Stop by your local grocer for ideas on how to create mouth-watering appetizers that the entire family is going to love. Cheese is the perfect snack to accompany any game, and you'll be a winner with your family. Ah, the power of cheese. The Isle of Capri and Lula has your Isle 1 Players Club card. Earn comps, points, and mail offers. Receive cash back on the same day. Plus Isle miles for fabulous merchandise and Carnival cruises. New Isle players who join the new Isle 1 Players Club and earn 10 points or 1 hour of rated table play in one gaming day will win from $1,000 to $5,000 instantly. All part of the Isle $1 million giveaway. Come in and sign up. Earn 10 points or 1 hour of table play and scratch it off. Winning? That easy. It all happens with Isle 1. The best club, the most rewards, only at the Isle of Capri Casino in Lula. No purchase necessary. Full details at the Isle 1 booth.
Experience the thunder at Raymond Field. Midget Wrestling returns Friday, April 25th. Beautiful Bobby, Little Cato, Pitbull Patterson, and Nasty Boy. 4 midget wrestlers in the squared circle right at home plate before the game. Then you saw them in the World Series. They're louder than a stampede of angry rhinos. Dr. Pepper, the Travs, they present wrestling on the 25th. Thundersticks night, Saturday, April 26th.
Bobby Jenks finds the strike zone with his first pitch of the third inning. Carlos Beltran, the batter for the Wichita Wranglers. And they hold a 2-1 lead over the Travs. Beltran batting left-handed takes ball 1 from Jenks outside. Phil Elson, we are joined by Texas League President Tom Kaiser. Tom, again, always nice to have you on the broadcast. We seem to get you pretty early in the season in April.
You bet. That's like to get around, get a look at the ballparks, watch my umpires, particularly the new guys, see what's new and different. Of course, that started on opening night in Frisco.
It sure did, as Beltran takes a strike. And a count of 1-2, the windup by Jenks, and a changeup got him swinging, strike 3. Impressive start to the third inning for Bobby Jenks. And something different, well, I wouldn't say different, but another major league rehab assignment here in Wichita. Carlos Beltran playing the first of 3 games out in center field for the Wranglers, and they'll hope to get him back in the Royals lineup on Friday. And it seems that Wichita is almost king of the major league rehab, at least for the Texas League.
Well, that's going to change. Frisco's already had Dries there for 2 starts, not on a rehab, but they didn't need a number 5 starter. They had Herbert Perry, and now Kevin Mensch is there.
Hunter Bledsoe takes a pitch outside for a ball to start this at-bat. And that's located literally about 30, 40 minutes away from the ballpark at Arlington.
It is indeed. Yeah, it's not very far.
Makes it a lot easier. And a fastball high and tight to Bledsoe, 2-0.
Of course, with Frisco's on the road, so that's even more impressive that they would still send them to Frisco. Oklahoma City must be a long way away.
That's only about a 5 or 6 hour drive. Fastball inside to Bledsoe, 3-0. He doubled and scored a run in the first inning, 2-1 Wichita. Now, I was mentioning this to Trav manager Ty Boykin earlier, that I think the Travs may be the only team in the Texas League East that will not get any major league rehabs during the season. There's a ground ball by Bledsoe swinging on the 3-0 pitch. Grounds it to the shortstop, and Speck throws him out. There's 2 outs in the third. We all know that there's always going to be major leaguers rehabbing in Wichita, now in Frisco. You're not positive about the relationship in Tulsa because they've got their AAA affiliate in Colorado Springs so close by. But Tulsa's not that far away from Colorado either.
And you never know if the Colorado Springs club is in Nashville or New Orleans or up in Edmonton and Tacoma. They may say, well, it's closer to send a guy to Tulsa.
Titus Meadows at the plate taking a strike. We're joined by Texas League President Tom Kaiser. As Jenks winds up, and here's 1 strike pitch, a breaking ball hit on the ground to the shortstop. Speck scampering to his left, makes the play. Great throw to first, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Wichita Wranglers. Jenks has kept them off the scoreboard the last 2 innings, but Wichita leads 2-1. Back for the top of the 4th inning following this on FM 101.1 The River.
Warmer days are moving in. Get moving on your tan. Look good and feel great with a healthy, glowing tan from Advanced Sun Systems. Advanced Sun Systems has 4 levels of tanning to suit you and unlimited tanning packages that start at $20 a month with a one-time enrollment fee. Advanced Sun Systems also has the hottest swimwear and beachwear with colors and styles you won't find anywhere else. It's summer year-round at Advanced Sun Systems, located on Chenal Parkway, Maumelle, and the North Little Rock location that offers the incredible UV-free Mystic Tan. Make your appointment today at Advanced Sun Systems and get ready for the ultimate tanning experience.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont. Top of the 4th inning. The totals through 3 favoring the Wranglers. Travs with a run on 4 hits, no errors. Wranglers 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Junior Zamora leading off in the 4th against Ryan Douglas, and the breaking pitch begins the inning. It's low, ball 1. Zamora, Mike O'Keefe, and Jason Hill due to bat on the 4th. That's the 3, 4, and 5 spot for Arkansas. Douglas winds and deals a pitch outside, ball 2. We're joined by Texas League President Tom Kaiser here in the broadcast booth. And Tom, you mentioned what's new in the Texas League. Well, there's been so much new in the Texas League the past 3 years. Well, this league has got to look so much different to people than it might have been even 5 or 6 years ago. And you put up the number 4, then that includes the inclusion of Round Rock, of course. The 3-0 pitch to Zamora, low, ball 4, and the Travs get their second leadoff man on base for the night, and O'Keefe will come up. We were talking about it in the press box a few days ago, that people's thinking or thought process about the Texas League, they're always thinking small ballparks, lots of offense. It's really not so anymore. In fact, the last bastion of the old Texas League is probably Ray Winder Field.
That's right, and I'd say that, you know, with some of the new ballparks and some of the renovations, this is a great example. This used to play like a pinball machine. 316 down the line, 320 to the, dead right or so. It really wasn't very far, and balls used to fly out of this ballpark. A couple of years ago, they tore down the concrete fences and put up dimensions that are the exact duplicates of Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and all of a sudden, this is a pitcher's ballpark. San Antonio.
People would have thought they were crazy that there would be a pitcher's park here. A 1-0 pitch to O'Keefe in there for a strike, a ball on a strike on the Trav first baseman.
San Antonio used to be a neutral, if anything, ballpark at V.J. Keefe, and now it's really a pitcher's ballpark deluxe. So, yes, it's changed the face of the Texas League.
O'Keefe takes ball 2 inside.
And of course we're back in historic markets that the Texas League had been in for years. Now that we're in the Dallas market and the Austin market, it's unfortunate that we have to lose a city that is so historically tied to the Texas League in Shreveport. But change happens.
Well, if things aren't working out in one spot, why not? First of all, you move away from there, give a new chance for a new town of the Texas League, and it gives Shreveport a chance to start over. Now they've got that independent franchise in the Central League, and maybe they'll embrace that franchise more than they did the now Frisco Rough Riders, as O'Keefe bounces a foul ball to the right side to count 2-2. 2-1 score, Wranglers leading in the top of the fourth. Well, the questions have been asked. I've heard from the broadcasters that have been out there at the new ballpark in Frisco, but let me hear it, Tom. What do you think of the brand-new Dr. Pepper 7-Up ballpark in Frisco?
I'm going to use an overused word. People call things unique all the time when they're really just different. Frisco is unique. I don't know a ballpark that has been built before that has bullpens that are 100% within the stands, the seating area.
Change up to O'Keefe, low and outside, now a full count.
And then what is the upper deck, basically, the above the seating area, is not a unified, area. It's 7 different buildings that are connected by walkways. And it is just striking. It's just so different. I think that
the runner goes, pitches low, ball 4, throw to second base, doesn't make a difference, and there's O'Keefe now walking to first. Now, did I hear you say that the bullpens are literally 100 feet into the stand?
They're both down the lines, in the corners, but they've both got seats on all 4 sides of the bullpen.
That's amazing. It's definitely a first.
It is. It's just it truly is unique. I've never seen it. There had been some concern about it going in, but they've got a lot of protective netting around. And I didn't see a problem with it when I was there the opening night. It's just beautiful.
Speaking of opening night out at Frisco, it certainly didn't work out to the way that they had hoped, at least not on the field. They packed the house. Here's Jason Hill stepping in. Corner infielders charge as Jason gets a bunt down, but this will spin into foul territory and a strike on Jason.
No, I think that as one, the headline that I put on the newsletter, Frisco starts with a bang, then gets drilled. Because,
16-2 loss on their first ever game played at their home ballpark, and the opposition has a guy who hits for the cycle.
Amazing.
Got to be a first. I've never heard anything like that.
Well, it's not the first time that somebody's gotten walloped on opening night, and it's not the first time that somebody's gotten walloped in a new ballpark.
0-1 pitch to Hill against Squaring, takes ball 1 downstairs.
Certainly, I think Pittsburgh did that the day before to Cincinnati in the new ballpark there.
That's right.
Funny, I'd know about the Pirates, isn't it?
Yeah. For those,
Mr. Pittsburgh.
For those who might not know, both Tom and I have spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh. I grew up there. Tom worked for the Pirates, went to school there. We do share that in common. Besides some Texas League roots now, as Hill pops a pitch out of play, he did show bunt but swung off, and the count now 1-2.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, Douglas just breezed through 2 innings, making them hit the ball on the ground right at people, and now here he is. He's struggling again. He's got 2 men on. He is ahead in the count here, but amazing how you can just look like the world beater for 2 innings and then boom, don't know where you're throwing the ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Douglas checking second, and this pitch is tapped slowly back towards first base, picked up by the pitcher. Douglas picked the ball up halfway between first and home, and he just tags Hill out. It looked like they were going to shake hands in between first and second, but Hill does do his job moving the runners up to second and third. Well, that's been a big problem. The Travs hadn't been able to get the sacrifice bunts down. Didn't work yesterday. And in fact, they ended up bunting into a double play yesterday.
Oh, and there was a swinging bunt that was as effective as if he laid it down.
Brian Speck standing in. Man at second and third. Travs behind by 1 run. 1 out. The infield plays back. And a slider low and inside to Speck. Brian singled in the second inning, pulling a ground ball between first and second. It was his second hit in 19 at-bats. And right now, even just a fly ball will do the trick for the Travs, looking to tie the game. Douglas from the stretch, the 1-0 pitch is flied towards left center field. Should be enough to bring Zamora home from third base. Meadows makes the catch. He wheels towards third base and throws there. But O'Keefe gets the third, and Zamora scores, and the Travs now have the tie run 2-2 score. Speck knocking in his 8th of the year.
Catcher, Ryan Budde.
Well, the Travs have scored 1 run here in the 4th inning without the aid of a base hit. 2 walks, a swinging bunt, and a sacrifice fly. I believe they're calling that Angel-style baseball now in the majors. That's what they call small ball these days. Ryan Budde stepping up. He singled in the 2nd inning and was out at second on a double play. Travs have hit into 2 double plays so far. Go ahead run at third. Budde checks the swing and a foul ball at the plate.
You know, it's funny how things change, but they stay the same. You know, that one of the great teams of 100 years ago was the 1906 White Sox that were called the Hitless Wonders, but they could get on, that a walk, a stolen base, a sacrifice, and a fly ball, and they had a run, and they'd make it stand up and win 1-0.
And they had outstanding pitching and fielding, and that's really what is going to win you a championship. Maybe not just games, but a championship. As Budde takes a strike and now a count of 0-2. Well, one thing that you know about about baseball back in that day was the dead ball era, but a big reason that there was a dead ball is they used the same ball for the whole game.
That's exactly right.
They would use a ball that would be as black as night by the 8th or 9th inning. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball, and fouled off the end of the bat.
And as you know, I do a lot of research, and I had to laugh. I came across a game story where a game was forfeited in the 1890s in the Texas League because the new ball could not be found to start the game. The new ball.
Well, it's nice to have 12 balls for a game, which is what they're supposed to have. Of course, we get probably about 3 or 4 boxes of balls for a game. A check swing, the pitch was inside. No, first base umpire Galloway says that Budde did not go around.
Emphatically.
Yes, put those arms out, flying like a bird.
Actually, the umpires rub up 6 baseballs at the start of every game.
It's a lot of mud. The 1-2 to Budde, ducks underneath a fastball from Douglas, now a 2-2 count.
Actually, you'd be surprised. We buy a quart container of Lena Blackburn's famous Delaware River rubbing mud at the start of the season, and it lasts all year.
Here's a 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a curveball, and the Travs are done in the 4th. They do tie the game with 1 run scored on no base hits. 2 walks, a grounder, and a sacrifice fly, but a man left his third. 2-2 tie, bottom of the 4th, coming up on FM 101.1 The River.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the votes have been tabulated, and here are the winners. Voted Pulaski County's best barbecue, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted Pulaski County's best catfish, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted best plate lunch, once again, Pig and Chick Restaurant. And last but not least, voted best family dinner. And you guessed it, the overall winner, Pig and Chick Restaurant in Sherwood.
Congratulations to Pig and Chick Restaurant, just 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. To dine at your house, call 834-5456. To place your order and pick it up at the drive-thru window. Or to cater your family or company parties over the holidays, call 834-5456. And for the best barbecue, catfish, plate lunch, or family sit-down dinner, visit Pig and Chick Restaurant, 7824 Highway 107, that's JFK Boulevard, 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. Open Monday through Saturday. Hey, it's a proven winner.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Tonight's Traveler baseball game is in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 score between the Travs and the Wranglers. This is Phil Elson on FM 101.1 The River, KDRE Little Rock, North Little Rock. We are joined by Texas League President Tom Kaiser. And, Tom, we were just talking about the amount of baseballs that are prepared for play by the umpires. It said 5 dozen. And, of course, those balls have to be prepared, rubbed up with mud, and set aside for usage. And you use the name of the mud, Lena Blackburn from the Delaware River. Lena Blackburn, for those Travs fans out there, he managed the Travs. I believe it was sometime in the 1930s or early 40s, and a former major leaguer. Now, that's the name of the mud. But Tom, do you go shopping for mud during the off season?
I do now. We've been buying the Lena Blackburn's mud since before I became president, and a family in New Jersey named Bentliff. Jim Bentliff just retired, and his son has taken over the business. But it's been continuously sold for years and years. Bill Valentine used Lena Blackburn's rubbing mud when he was an umpire. Of course, when you got short, you'd use about anything you could scrape into a paper cup.
Clippings from just little shavings from your hand, stuff like that, maybe. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mike Tonis. Bobby Jenks still on the mound in a pitch low.
I do remember in the minor leagues one time I saw umpires in the Eastern League. They were outside with a Coca-Cola cup and sweeping dirt and dust from the sidewalk into it. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "We don't have any mud. And this is what we've got to work with."
2-1 pitch is chopped towards third base. Jason Hill gets it. Little trouble getting the ball out of the mitt, and his throw to first base is late. Jason lost the ball in that glove. Award a base hit to Tonis, but take it from me, he would have been out if Jason got rid of the ball. So a leadoff infield single for Michael Tonis. It is the third base hit for Wichita. Brings up Chad Santos. Well, you can't just use any kind of mud, I imagine. There's a reason that Lena Blackburn is used.
It is silky fine. It is just as slick as you can imagine. It's like using an emery, the finest grit sandpaper you could even think. All they're looking to do is take the shine off the ball, add just a touch of color.
Does this mean that there are people out there, they know the difference between one mud and another mud? They're mud experts.
Well, that fine Delaware silt, Delaware River silt.
Chad Santos takes the pitch low and inside for a ball. I guess the Delaware River it must be famous for its silt.
Finest mud in America, I guess. Or so Lena Blackburn marketed it, and it's been true ever since.
That's right. That's what they sold it as, finest silt in the land. But anyone out there looking for a brand new business in today's economy, you could use it. Maybe you want to go down to the bottom of the Arkansas River and see what kind of mud you can come up with. Santos fouls a ball at the plate, and the count now 1-1.
I'm not so sure that it's a growth industry. I might add that.
Oh, the mud industry is huge. It's growing every day.
There aren't that many umpires that would have to use that.
Not enough ball games, I guess. But the reason you have to use that, of course, is because the baseball has a shine on it. You got to take that shine off, otherwise it can slip out of pitcher's hand. And that fastball from Jenks low and inside. I remember even playing in high school that You take the ball that you're going to start the game with in the morning from your high school coach, spend all day rubbing it up, sticking it between your fingers, and then use that ball during the game because all the other balls were still very shiny. The umpires didn't rub them up. Ground ball to second, picked up by Harrison. Low throw to Specht at second base, but he gets the out. The throw to first and rack up Santos. A double play, your Double B's double play. Double B's Exxon with 22 locations all around Arkansas. Double B's Exxon, gas it, grab it, and go. Well, that's 2 outs here in the 4th inning. And for the Travs, who turned a double play yesterday, that is 7 double plays in 5 games by the infield.
You know, it'd be interesting to hear Bill Valentine describe what technique that you have to use to rub up a baseball.
Oh, I'm sure he's got a perfect technique that he'd like everybody to use.
You know, everybody is different, I suppose, and especially with the way they, you know, how they do it, when they do it.
Look out in the Trav dugout. The first pitch to Justin Gamal was lined right into the first base dugout and careened off the top of the roof back onto the field. And several travelers who were leaning up against the fence now stepping back and sitting down. The dugout is protected, but you can stand on the top step and still get nailed in the face. Pitch upstairs from Jenks. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're tied at 2 apiece. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Base is empty for the Wranglers. And Justin Gamal hitting. Jenks got him on a called 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. And a curveball in there for strike 2 right there. Well, mud is the only thing that's supposed to be put on the baseball. Anything else will be a foreign substance. You can't use an emery board. Just ask Joe Necro. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gamal is out on strikes as Jenks pitches a scoreless 4th. The Wranglers got a leadoff single, but a double play and a strikeout finished the inning. Top of the 5th coming up here in Wichita. Travs and the Wranglers tied at 2. This is Traveler Baseball on FM 101.1 The River.
Boy, it sure gets hot during the baseball season, and Ready Ice, Arkansas's largest ice company, is always the best choice to keep your favorite drinks cold. Once again, Ready Ice is proud to present Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pop in anywhere Ready Ice is sold in Greater Little Rock, like Exxon stations or your local convenience store, and grab a coupon good for a $2 admission to any Travs Wednesday home game. Get ready, get the coupon, and go to Ready Ice Discount Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field.
Stop by AgPro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors. This rugged lineup can handle your livestock chores with ease. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. The new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. So check out the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors at AgPro at Highway 165 in England.
Top Shoes, Arkansas's largest shoe store, and New Balance are proud to support our travelers. New Balance shoes come in the size and width that fit every Travs fan. And Top Shoes has the largest selection of New Balance shoes in the entire state. Not only does New Balance have shoes for athletes, Top Shoes have New Balance shoes for foot problems such as diabetic neuropathy or plantar fascia. The friendly employees at Top Shoes will gladly measure your feet and get that New Balance that is just right for you. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
Harrison, James, and Haynes, the 3 batters scheduled to hit in the Trav half of the 5th inning. 2-2 score, Travs and Wranglers have been tied ever since the top of the 4th inning. Harrison leading off. He bounced into a 2nd inning double play, now shows bunt and takes a strike from Ryan Douglas. Probably in his final inning as lefty Roger Luque is warming up in the bullpen. Here in this inning, we want to take a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Full slate of games in the Texas League today. A check swing by Harrison, no appeal, and the count is 1-1. All right, out in El Paso, San Antonio in search of their 4th consecutive win. They are ahead of the Diablos 3-zip after 1 inning of play. The 1-1 breaking ball high and outside to Harrison. 2 balls and a strike. Round Rock 2, Midland nothing. The Express looking for their 2nd straight win. Tulsa ahead of Frisco 2-1 after 3 innings. Lined up by Douglas, and the right-hander's 2-1 pitch is hit a ton to right field by Harrison over the head of Byron Geddes and towards the fence. There goes Adonis into second base. He turns the corner, trying for a triple. The cutoff throw from the second baseman is not in time, and Harrison records his first extra base hit of the year.
He could easily have gone in there standing up, Phil. he had that well beaten.
So Adonis putting the Travelers with the chance to take a lead. They had that 1-0 lead after the top of the first inning. And now Kenny James, the league's leading hitter, will come into the batter's box. 2-2 score. Harrison at third, no outs. James bounced out to the first baseman in the first inning. And the pitcher, Douglas, will go from the stretch. Middle infielders playing back. The pitch is high to James. 1 ball, no strikes. Now, after looking at these scores here in the Texas League, and I was talking a little bit about how San Antonio winning 3 consecutive games. They didn't start the season off all that well. The 1-0 to James, a strike on the outside corner. I guess you could say the big surprise this year would be the Round Rock Express record. They've been a playoff team for 3 straight years, and they've started off this season 3-9.
Well, if you remember, they didn't start off with a stellar record last year, but they did it all on the road as opposed to being beaten at home.
James grounds the 1-1 pitch right to Santos. The first baseman will keep Harrison at third base and beats Kenny to the bag. 1 out.
You know, they started off, I think, 3-7 last year, but they were doing that on the road, came home and started to win. This year, they started at 2-8 at home and had not looked particularly good doing it.
Here comes Keith Bodie, the manager of the Wranglers, wants to make a pitching change. He's going to go to Luke Kay. There's just 2 batters into the 5th inning. So we'll take a 60-second pitching change break. But first, a reminder that the American Cancer Society estimates that over 220,000 new prostate cancer cases will be diagnosed in the United States this year. But 2 simple tests done annually for prostate cancer can save a man's life. The tests are simple. Do it for your family. Learn more online at arprostatecancer.org. We'll take a 60-second pitching change break. A 2-2 tie, top of the 5th. Travs have the go-ahead run at third base. This is FM 101.1 The River.
Hello, this is Steve Stevens, and I'd like to talk to the men out there about a disease you don't want to think about, prostate cancer. Prostate cancer hits 1 in every 6 men during their lifetime. More than 1 million men have been diagnosed in just the last 5 years. 200,000 have already lost their lives. Early detection could have saved a lot of good men. The Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation urges you to get tested. So please take the first step, because it's time to say no more to prostate cancer.
Hi, fans. This is Phil Elson, voice of the Travs. I hope that you enjoy listening to Traveler Baseball as much as I love broadcasting it. Thanks for welcoming me and Arkansas's only professional baseball team into your house, car, or workplace. Please show your support of the Travelers radio broadcast by thanking our sponsors when you get the chance. Let them know that you heard them. They'll appreciate it, and the Travs certainly do, too. And keep tuning in all season to the Travs on Unforgettable Favorites, FM 101.1, The River.
We are back here on the broadcast, top of the 5th inning, and the Travelers threatening against the Wichita Wranglers. Tie game, 2 runs apiece. Adonis Harrison, the man at third base, 1 out, and Nate Haynes scheduled to hit against Roger Luque, the only left-hander in the bullpen for the Wichita Wranglers. Luque replaces Ryan Douglas, who goes 4 1/3 innings. Douglas allowed 5 hits, a pair of runs both earned, still responsible for Harrison. Couple walks, 1 strikeout. Douglas could be the losing pitcher, cannot be the winner. Infield comes up with Haynes at the plate. Nate is 1 for 2, and facing the left-hander Luque. And the first pitch is a breaking ball right over home plate, strike 1.
Isn't it peculiar? In both lineups, you've only got 4 left-handed pitchers in the building.
And a whole bunch of left-handed hitters.
Right.
The 0-1 to Haynes. Waits on a breaking ball and bounces it foul past first base.
And you've got Arkansas has 2 left-handed pitchers, but they've got 7 guys that can hit from the left side, 2 of which are switch hitters. Kenny James and Brian Speck, but it's unusual to have so few port-siders on the mound.
Especially when you imagine that left-handed pitchers are always needed. Always. Pitch outside to Haynes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And I understand that the Rough Rider pitching rotation is almost all left-handed, which can sometimes spell doom against this Trav team because of what you mentioned, Tom. There are 5 full-time left-handed hitters and 2 switch hitters that have troubles batting right-handed. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2 on Haynes. But I mean, even going back to last year, Travs had a lot of problems against left-handers. That's because the best hitters hit best against righties. Even against Jimmy Gobble, we saw it yesterday. He's the one pitcher besides Ryan Bearlocker that the Travs have a lot of trouble against and don't hit very well against him. 2-2 pitch to Haynes. Ground ball, base hit to right field, and that scores Harrison. The Travs are ahead by a run.
Young Roger Luque, a left-hander on the mound, has a very interesting last name for a professional pitcher. There was in the teens and 1920s a tremendous pitcher, mostly for Cincinnati, named Adolfo Luque. And as you were pointing out, his nickname was the Pride of Havana.
We must know where he was from then. Jake Weber pops the first pitch of this at-bat out of play for a strike. Now, let's see. Dolph Luque out of Havana, Cuba. Passed away July 3rd, 1957 in Havana. Pitched, as you mentioned, mostly for the Cincinnati Redlegs in the 20s. Finished his career 194 wins. This Luque, Roger, was born in Odessa, Texas. Now, that's a little bit of... He must have grown up going to some Texas League games. Tossed to first base is not in time. Luque was a non-drafted free agent. Actually, their roster here says he's from Odessa, Texas, but I'm looking online now, and I'm learning that Luque is from Venezuela.
Yeah.
I'm wondering...
wonder if his relatives ever visited Havana.
Wonder if his relatives ever visited Odessa. Out to the mound goes the catcher Tonis to speak with Roger. Luque signed by the Padres in 1997. Since then, he's pitched in the independent leagues and with the Seattle Mariners organization, and this year his first season at the Double-A level. Man at first base is Nate Haynes. RBI single, his second hit of the night. Fakes a steal. Weber checks a swing. The ball is in the dirt. Tonis digs it up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Weber. 3-2 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. Havana, great baseball town. And people might not think much about Havana being a baseball town these days. It's probably because most news you see from Cuba is about Fidel Castro and usually negative. Tossed to first and not in time. But my father had a chance last month to take a trip to Cuba as part of a mission of dentists. He's a pediatric dentist, was going down there to learn and help teach and give ideas to the dental community down there. But, of course, my father being a huge baseball fan, as Haynes is going to get picked off at first, they'll run him down towards second, and the shortstop, Thomas Laura, underhand flip to the second baseman, Machado, but Haynes dives into first base. He is called safe.
Waited too long to get rid of the ball, and by the time that tag was made, he was past him. Past the fielder.
Well, Haynes picked off, but he gets back to first base. And 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Weber. As I was saying, him being a huge baseball fan, he brought me back a Cuba national team baseball hat and went to see a couple of the ballparks as well. Tossed on to first base. Haynes is back in there. But Havana used to be a part of professional baseball. It was a AAA city in the International League.
Havana Sugar Kings.
Just before the revolution in the late 50s. And, of course, Fidel Castro, he was a professional pitcher before becoming a communist leader. Breaking ball low and inside to Weber, count 2-1.
I'm not sure he was ever a professional pitcher. I think he was an amateur, but became a professional revolutionary.
Yes, I wonder if Che Guevara also played baseball.
He was an Argentinian, I think. I think he played soccer.
Swing and a miss by Weber, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I was in Havana in 95 or 96 as a guest of, or traveling with Arnie Filko, who is the Southern League president, who was negotiating with the Cubans to have the national team play in Southern League ballparks.
2-2 pitch to Weber, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a breaking pitch. And that's the second out of the 5th inning. Now, that Cuban national team, what did they want them to play against Southern League teams?
They couldn't do that because of, Olympic rules, but they were playing other national teams as a prelude to the 98 Olympics.
And I guess it never went through.
It did.
Did they play?
They actually did. They had the Cuban Nationals in a number of the Southern League ballparks.
Junior Zamora takes the pitch outside, ball one.
Playing teams such as Korea and Nicaragua and a few others. But it really was a very interesting visit, and there was an amateur tournament going on at the time in Havana, and I saw some tremendous baseball there.
Outstanding players.
Matter of fact, I commented to somebody, I think Mesa, the shortstop that was suspended for a couple of years for some reason or another, one of the most highly regarded players there. I saw him make a body control play that I've never seen done better.
Runner goes, bouncer back to the mound by Zamora, played by Luque, flips to first, and the side retired. Travs get back out ahead, however. 1 run scored on 2 base hits. Harrison a triple, and Haynes singles him home. Nate left standing at first base. 3-2 lead for the Travs in the bottom of the 5th coming up. This is the River.
Here's a trivia question for you. Who has the Arkansas Times named the best catfish in the state for 7 years in a row? You guessed the Fish House. You're right. Now, you can enjoy great Fish House catfish every Tuesday through Friday at the Ray Winder Field parking lot from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mouth-watering catfish and chicken, succulent shrimp, and clams, plus all the fixins. That's every Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the parking lot next to Ray Winder Field. Or visit the Fish House in Conway, 116 South Harkrider. Who has the best catfish? The Fish House.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You make a difference in the Coast Guard.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
The best part of a convenience store is convenience. Double B's Exxon wants to make your trip to our stores as convenient as possible. That's why we featured Speed Pass at our Exxon locations. Speed Pass is the easiest, most efficient method of payment at the pump. Available exclusively at Exxon. Of course, Double B's Exxon features all sorts of ice-cold beverages and snacks. Double B's Exxon, locations at Greater Little Rock, are the places to pick up your Tuesday and Wednesday Travs Family Night discount tickets. And be sure to listen to the Double B's Double Play all season long. Double B's Exxon. Gas it, grab it, and go!
Returning to Lawrence Dumont Stadium, a pitch-black night, 66 degrees currently. 3 runs for the Arkansas Travelers on 6 hits, 2 runs on 3 hits for the Wranglers. Wind still coming from the south out towards left field at about 25 miles an hour consistently, gusting to 35. Bobby Jenks still out there throwing about 97, 98 miles an hour. And he's facing Thomas Laura here in the 5th. The leadoff batter who walked in the 2nd inning, and Jenks misses outside with a fastball. Phil Elson joining you. The other voice you'll hear, Tom Kaiser, the Texas League president. And the next pitch to Laura high and outside. Tom, how many years now, president of the Texas League?
I almost don't want to say. This is my 12th. It's unbelievable.
12 years. And how long have you been based out of San Antonio? There's pitch downstairs to Laura.
Since
3 ball.
1993. I thought you were going to ask me another embarrassing question, like how long have you been in baseball?
just to show your age.
Longer than you've been alive.
Well, we'll leave it at that then. The 3-0 pitch, and Laura takes a strike. Now, one of the new features for the Texas League, and it's been the past couple of years, 3 or 4 years, I think, is the Texas League website, which is one of the better league websites in minor league baseball. As Jenks gets another strike to Laura, now a full count. It is texas-league.com.
Correct.
And one of the great things about that website is the availability of all the game stories from across the Texas League. Laura swings, pulls a 2-hopper, chop to O'Keefe at first base, and he'll go to the bag for the out. That brings up Machado. So you've got every game story from each team on the website, so fans that want to know what's going on in the Texas League, you don't have to wait for my broadcast to start. Just get online in the morning and check out texas-league.com.
We try and put as much as we can, plus the newsletter, which we post on Mondays, trying to condense all the neat things that happen every week. Player and pitcher of the weeks. The thing that I like most, and I've got to get back to changing it a little more, adding some more, is our photo gallery.
That's right. Here's Alejandro Machado who takes a strike. One of the things that I'm asked whenever we come back to Little Rock is what the ballparks look like around the Texas League. And ballparks really stand out city to city. People like to know what it looks like. They're usually quite different wherever you go. And with the brand new ballpark in Midland, certainly very photogenic out there. 0-1 to Machado. Downstairs, the count 1-1.
I think we have pictures of most of the parks. We just added the new Frisco Park. I think we have that up now. Photo of the week. The actual first game pitch. Fan sent me of Joe Mock, who has the ballpark.
And we've had Joe Mock
site.
We've had Joe Mock on the air before.
What is his website?
It is baseballparks.com.
Right.
He put the book out.
Correct.
Joe Mock's Ballpark Guide. A 1-2 pitch to Machado, swing and a miss as Jenks strikes out. Alejandro Machado with a very big fastball in the inside corner.
And of course, Joe couldn't possibly have missed the Frisco opener. He was there bright and early, taking pictures all over the place.
The thing that gets me about Joe is he lives in Round Rock, yet he kept the Dell Diamond out of his baseball book. It's not in there. He said he was trying not to show favoritism, but I think what he did was he ticked off the Express front office. Byron Geddes takes a strike on a breaking pitch. I mean, if I write a book about ballparks, Ray Rinder Field is probably going to be the very last chapter.
Well,
check swing and a pitch outside, ball 1 to Geddes.
He couldn't have aggravated them too badly. His book is on sale in their store, so they're at the rail yard.
The ball and a strike on Byron Geddes. He is 0 for 2, a 3-2 Traveler lead. Tom Kaiser with us on the air.
Of course, the other way, last little pitch for our site.
Foul ball up and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Geddes.
Fans want to buy a Texas League baseball or a Texas League cap or lapel pin or a media guide. We have a trading post in there, or old baseball card sets going back into even the early 90s.
Do you have photos of you on the website, Tom?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
You're dodging this one.
I think if they went into the photo gallery, they might find my mug somewhere.
Or you can put the face with the voice. And Tom will be out in Little Rock next week. You travel the whole Texas League over the first month, I think, Tom. You really log a lot of miles in April.
Well, it does get tiring. I got off a plane at 11 o'clock on Sunday, and on a plane at 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, I noticed a little disagreement between Keith Bodie and third base umpire Angel Campos. Can't exactly tell what the situation is, but there's been a lull in play now, and now Jenks gets a new baseball. With a count of 1-2 on Byron Geddes, he rocks and deals outside. Well, Tom, I've broadcast now in 3 leagues, and a big difference between, in the league presidents at least, and not to talk negatively about the other league presidents, but you're very visible. You're in all the ballparks. You come visit and go on the broadcast, which is more than I could say for the presidents of the other leagues I've been in. As a line drive, and Geddes collects his first hit of the night to right field. 2-out single brings up Carlos Beltran.
Well, you were in a league with a very good friend of mine, Jim McCurdy,
Pioneer League president,
who lives in Spokane, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
but he's also a law professor who would bounce between Spokane and Austin as a special professor at UT on occasion. So,
and then the California League president, Joe Gagliardi, he's a different kind of a guy.
Or Gallardi is.
Yeah, Gallardi. The pencil-thin mustache Joe Gagliardi has.
Gallardi. Practice that, Gallardi.
Gallardi. See, I never had him on the air. I never got his name right. Pitch inside to Carlos Beltran, who has walked, scored a run, and a strikeout victim of Jenks in the 3rd inning. Bobby has struck out 5 batters tonight. Toss on to first base, chasing Geddes back in there. But Gallardi, I think he owns an insurance company and is a boxing promoter in Southern California.
Yep.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Beltran, and it's high and outside. Switch hitter batting left-handed.
Good friends with that great American, Don King.
Only in America, I guess, right?
Bob Arum and all that fight crowd.
And they actually did some promotion for a fight in one of their ballparks. It's a pitch high And outside the Beltran, 3-0 on the Royal center fielder. They had a professional boxing match at the Ranch, the ballpark out in San Bernardino, or Inland Empire, as they call it these days. And no doubt Gallardi had a lot to do with promoting that fight.
Is that the longest?
Beltran swings on the 3-0 pitch, ground ball, base hit past first base. Round second is Geddes. Right fielder James picks up the ball, throws to the infield. Geddes will round third, and the second baseman Harrison misses the throw from right field, and that allows Geddes to score the tying run. So the Travelers now tied with the Wranglers as Beltran was swinging 3-0. Doubles to right field.
He lashed it right inside the line over first base. All the way into the corner.
That's the second batter that I've seen swing on a 3-ball, no-strike count, which you rarely see, but sometimes you think it may make sense. You can sit fastball, you can look for a pitch right down the middle, and that's what these guys would like to swing at anyway. Hunter Bledsoe, the batter, is 1 for 2 with an RBI double in the first. 3-3 tie, bottom of the fifth inning. Jenks from the stretch and a fastball for strike one.
Before Beltran hit the triple, I was going to ask you, do you think that the new name of the San Bernardino franchise might be the longest in professional baseball? For fans that don't know, they used to be the San Bernardino Stampede.
Breaking pitch in the dirt, 1-1, and now
they're the Inland Empire 66ers of San Bernardino.
It's a little bit too much to say. I like the idea of the 66ers because they're paying homage to Route 66, which
Correct.
goes right through San Bernardino. It's in the song. Might as well have it as their team name, but pick a location. Is it Inland Empire or is it San Bernardino? It's both. But Inland Empire also encompasses Rancho Cucamonga, which is where the Trav affiliate Quakes play. A line drive, foul ball to right field by Bledsoe. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the designated hitter. Yeah, that is it's kind of a long, rambling nickname. But at least the word river isn't used in the team name. Because the word river is so overused in professional sports these days. And I don't think the Texas League is might be one of the only leagues in professional baseball that doesn't have the word river in any of the team names. Tribe affiliate Salt Lake Stingers are playing the Sacramento River Cats today in Sacramento. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on Bledsoe. The Siders are tired in the fifth, but Wichita ties the game with one run on 2 hits. A man left at second base. We'd like to thank Tom Kaiser for joining us on the broadcast. We're sure we'll have him on later on this season as well. Tom, thanks a lot.
Good to be with you, and I'm going to be following you home.
That's right. We'll see you in Tulsa, see you in Little Rock. Ask him for autographs, fans. 3-3 tie. We're going to go to the 6th inning following this on FM 101.1 The River.
Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia specializes in autographed collectibles from the worlds of baseball, football, basketball, movies, and music. Memorabilia signed by the likes of Joe Montana, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, John Wayne, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, Britney Spears, and the Beatles. And remember, everything sold at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia is 100% authentic or guaranteed. It's all at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia at the intersection of Rainwood Drive and Green Mountain. Give them a call at 219-0003 for Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Hello? I've got good news. What? My Aristotle internet bill is only $5.50 this month. Last month it was only $7.
And that's your good news?
Uh-huh. With Aristotle, you only pay for the time you spend online at the rate of 50 cents an hour. How much time do you spend on the internet?
Well,
I bet you'd save money with Aristotle, too.
I probably would.
Okay, bye. Oh, yeah, also, I'm getting married.
Good news should be shared with good friends. Sign up for Aristotle Internet at www.aristotle.net.
3-3 score. We're in the top of the 6th inning. at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, and Mike O'Keefe leading off against Roger Luque. And the first pitch outside for a ball. Luque here in his second inning of work. Interesting, Keith Bodie. Well, I wouldn't say interesting. It is the right strategy. Keith Bodie brings out his only lefty from the bullpen to keep tabs on a tie game against a team that doesn't hit well against left-handers. A pitch inside to O'Keefe. Mike is 0 for 1 with a walk. Comes into today with an 8-game hit streak. Here's Luque's pitch, and Mike takes a strike on the inside corner. 2-1 the count. Jason Hill and Brian Specht will follow. We mentioned Travs just aren't hitting against left-handers. Happened last year as well. The 2-1, breaking pitch, strike 2 on Mike. Travelers hitting 102 points less as against left-handers than against a righty. 206 batting average against southpaws. Luque's 2-2 to O'Keefe. He swings and pulls a ground ball foul on the right side. It's still a 2-2 count. Well, Gobble and Luque are the only two pitchers that throw left-handed for Wichita. The Travs won't have to worry about seeing a lefty tomorrow. Brian Rose, the scheduled starter for Wichita. Travs will counter with Eric Sear. 6 hits for the Travs, one more than Wichita. Arkansas is hit into 2 double plays. O'Keefe hot shot to first base. Nice play by Santos. Took 2 steps to his left, fields the ball, and runs to first base, and O'Keefe is out. And it'll bring up Jason Hill.
Third baseman, Jason
Hill. Hill is out twice today. Popped up in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Hitless in his last 13 at-bats. 3-3 score. Bases empty in the top of the 6th, and Hill takes a pitch outside for ball 1. It's always nice to have the league president, Tom Kaiser, come on the air with me. Tom is one of those kind of baseball guys that really gets into his job and a certain portion of it as well. A pitch outside to Hill. Count is 2-0. There probably isn't another league president in baseball that does as much historical and statistical research on his league than Tom Kaiser. He really does a ton of research during the offseason. Keeps the teams informed as to history in the league and what's going on. As a pitch outside to Hill. 3 balls, no strikes. And Tom is a hound about going on the air. Loves going on the broadcast with a strike down the middle. Hill taking all the way. I've had Tom Kaiser on, I'd say, about maybe 15 broadcasts, including playoffs, the last now 3 seasons. Never had any other league presidents on a broadcast with me. 3-1 pitch. Hill chases one out of the strike zone and fouls it away. Now a full count. Recapping the game, Travs scored the first run of the night in the opening inning. Jake Weber, an RBI double. Bobby Jenks allowed a pair of 2-out runs in the first. Travs tied it in the 4th inning on Brian Specht's sacrifice fly. Took a lead in the 5th inning on Nate Haynes' RBI single, bringing Harrison home. And Wichita ties the game in the bottom of the 5th on a 2-out run-scoring double hit by Carlos Beltran. Foul ball by Hill, still a full count. Luque sets and delivers. The 3-2 pitch is hit a ton, dead center field. Beltran back to the wall, and it's off the fence. He plays it off the wall, throws towards second. Hill is sliding in with a double. And Jason collects his first extra base hit of the season. Hit it off the wall in center field. And now Brian Specht is due up. Brian has singled and hit a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. 3-3 score. Brian will now be batting right-handed against the lefty Luque. But he's going to be intentionally walked in order to set up a double play spot. Ryan Budde, the on-deck batter. Specht walked intentionally for the 2nd time this year. Specht has a rough time hitting from the right side. The exception of how he's hitting today has been on a sour note lately. But the Wranglers are setting the Travs up for a double play. Well, they have hit into two of them tonight. Junior Zamora lined out to first base in the opening inning, and Jake Weber was subsequently doubled off of second. And Adonis Harrison bounced into a 1-6-3 double play that ended the following inning. So the last pitch just missed, and Specht will drop his bat and jog to first. Bringing up Ryan Budde. Well, Budde singled in the second inning, but he struck out to end the fourth. Ended the game hitting 200. 1 homer, 1 RBI, and in the spot where the Travs are looking for a base hit to take the lead, with first Larry Carter will jog out of the dugout as he will look to speak with Luque. Coming into this year, or into this game, I should say, Luque allowing 6 hits and 4 runs over 3 innings. That includes 3 runs over 1 inning to the Travelers, and he hasn't started this 6th inning off very well. A 1-out double by Hill, and Specht took an intentional walk. So the meeting on the mound is broken up. Tonis, the catcher, heads back behind home plate, and now Luque will face Ryan Budde. Right-handed catcher against the southpaw pitcher. And Budde, not a fast runner, is a good candidate to bounce into a double play. First pitch tails outside, ball 1. Travs have had some trouble bringing runs across the plate in critical spots recently. Last night, left the bases loaded after rallying for 3 runs in the 7th. And tonight, the Travs have left 3 men on base. They've had 2 men out on double play, and in positions where all the Travs needed was a base hit to bring them in. Luque and Tonis are not working well together, mixing up their signals, and they'll meet halfway between the mound and the plate and get their signals completed. Traveler right-hander Billy Stokely warming up in the bullpen in right field. And now Tonis gets into his catcher's squat. Budde, slightly open stance, deep in the box. Slightly closer to the plate. Fastball swing and a miss as Luque turned it over. Same pitch on consecutive offerings. Diving low and outside to the right-hander. It does have a nice bit of motion to that pitch. A bit of a screwball action. Hill, the runner at second. Specht is at first. Luque is ready, checks Hill at second, and throws the pitch low, ball 2. Budde 0 for 4 with a runner in scoring position this year. That includes his 4th inning at-bat when he left O'Keefe at third base with a strikeout. The 2-1 line drive left field and a base hit. Jason Hill will be sent around third base. Titus Meadows comes up throwing from left field. The ball is cut off. Hill scores, and the Travs take another lead. Second RBI of the season for Ryan Budde. And the intentional walk does not pay off for the Wichita Wranglers. Specht to second base, Budde to first, and Adonis Harrison will step into the batter's box. Arkansas 4, Wichita 3. It appears Jenks will not be coming out for the 6th inning because Stokely continues to warm up in the bullpen. It appears he'll be coming in following this half inning. Harrison tripled in the 5th, and he takes a strike with a curveball from Roger Luque. Luque showing a big curveball and not afraid to go to it on any count. Harrison batting left-handed against the lefty from Venezuela. Luque throws the 0-1, and it's inside to Adonis. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Harrison with 2 completely different at-bats, at least result-wise. In the second inning, he was at the plate with men at the corners and 1 out. Hit a double play back to the pitcher's mound and led off the 5th inning. with a triple and then scored. At that point, what was the go-ahead run? Now looking to add to a lead. Check swing on a curveball. Todd Tichenor says Harrison went around and calls the strike on the swing. Harrison did not agree with the call, and he'll step away from home plate and readjust his batting gloves. Manager Ty Boykin steps in from the third base coach's bracket. Some words of encouragement for Adonis Harrison, who gets back into the box. Runners out to their leads at first and second. Luke Kay throws a check swing, strike 3 on the swing. And Tichenor rings up Harrison. Luke Kay showed Adonis just one fastball on that sequence of pitches and struck him out on consecutive breaking pitches. 2 outs, Kenny James stepping in. Twice he has bounced out to first, but now he's batting left-handed. Batting right-handed against the lefty. First pitch swinging and a ground ball foul fielded by Ty Boykin in the coach's bracket at third base. 0-1 on KJ, who entered today's game with a league-leading .425 batting average. Remember, last year, Kenny started off on fire in his first month with Arkansas and then slumped badly at the end of the year. 1 strike to count to the Trav left fielder, and he's hit on the head by a fastball from Luke Kay. And Kenny goes down on his back. That hit him on the very top of his head. Ty Boykin rushes in from the third base coach's box. Jamie Welch out from the dugout, and Kenny James is sprawled out on his back. He hasn't moved that much since the pitch from Luke Kay nailed him on the batting helmet. Jamie hopped out of the Wichita dugout very quickly. And the look of concern on the faces of Kenny's teammates in the first base dugout. Wes Clemens comes over to check on James. Tonis, the catcher, standing above him. KJ still lying on his back and being checked by Welch and Boykin. And this is a scary thing to see, because KJ got hit with the pitch on his head. Took him about half a second, and then he fell backwards. I'm not sure if he was knocked out or knocked unconscious, but he's woozy enough that he is not getting up. And right now, he isn't even moving. You may have been able to hear the ball hit Kenny on the crowd microphone. Slowly, he will be helped to his feet by Jamie Welch and the Wichita trainer Charles Ledden. And that's going to be it tonight for Kenny James. Wearily, Kenny being helped into the dugout by Welch. Kenny wobbling a little bit, and he will sit down on the Arkansas bench. And the Travs will send Derek Mann out to pinch run at first base. So James, who has had such a great start to his season and looking for a chance to get up to AAA and possibly the majors at some time this year. He really started off on such a great first 2 weeks of the season, batting .435, and hopefully this won't derail his season that much. But James finished for the game tonight. Derek Mann makes his first appearance in an Arkansas uniform and as a pinch runner. To be honest, we'd rather not see him pinch running at first right now. We'd rather see James at first. We'll see if we can get a little update on Kenny's prognosis as the game goes on. But the Travs have the bases loaded. 2 outs. Nate Haynes, the batter, against Luke Kay. And the first pitch is a curveball for strike 1. It's not that Luke Kay really throws all that hard. It's just a matter of where Kenny was hit by the pitch. If it got him in the temple, then that can do some damage. Hits him on the top of the head. The cranium is a little harder up there. Fastball high and tight to Haynes. 1-1. Arkansas 4, Wichita 3. Travs have scored a run in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. And we're still in the top of the 6th. Base is juiced. 2 outs. Haynes has 2 hits tonight, and he swings. Line drive foul to left field. Strike 2. Nate led the game off with a single to center field and scored on a hit-and-run double. Nate bounced out in the 3rd inning, singled a run home in the 5th. Chance to give the Travs their first multiple run lead since Sunday. He swings, chopping ball towards the second baseman, Alejandro Machado, and the flip to first base ends the inning. Travs do score here in the 6th inning with 1 run on 2 base hits. The base is left loaded, but worse news, Kenny James, hit by a pitch in the head, is removed from the lineup. You see him walking around in the dugout. Hopefully he'll be all right. 4-3 lead for the Travs. Will be back for the rest of the 6th inning after this.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan. Like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today. Or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
When Mac told me about BC Powder, I had no idea it would start a 20-year friendship.
Yeah, I remember Tim laying on the locker room floor.
It was my first televised wrestling match. You were the referee. A lot of help you were. I got tossed in the 3rd row of seats.
Yeah, now that's a BC moment.
My back was sore, neck was sore, shoulder was hurt, and you said, here, kid, here's a BC.
Yeah, BC works quick. It'll get you back on your feet to do it all over again.
BC is the best-kept secret in wrestling.
Not anymore.
BC Powder. Share the relief. Use as directed.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Bottom of the 6th inning coming here to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Arkansas Travelers 4, Wichita Wranglers 3. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast. Some changes to the Trav lineup with Kenny James removed after getting hit by that pitch. And the outfield has been switched around. Nate Haynes stays in center field. Jason Hill is the new left fielder. Jake Weber moves over to right. Derek Mann takes over at third base. New pitcher is Billy Stokely, and he throws a strike to Titus Meadows, the leadoff batter for the 6th inning. Stokely replaces Bobby Jenks, who went 5 innings and allowed 3 runs. Slider low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike from Stokely. Billy likes to work quickly, sinker baller, and a slider fouled off the end of the bat, strike 2 to Meadows. Billy out of the bullpen for his 6th appearance of the year. No wins or losses and a 159 earned run average. No walks and a strikeout in 5 2/3 innings. Slider room up the middle for Meadows. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Stokely winds up in his 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a sinker down and in. That's the 6th strikeout of a Wrangler hitter tonight. Jenks finished with 5 strikeouts. He walked 3 batters. He hit 1. 5 hits for Jenks in 5 innings. Mike Tonis takes strike 1. Stokely is trying to solidify a spot in the Trav bullpen as a setup man. And now taken over the reins of the game in the 6th inning. And a strike on the inside corner to Tonis. 0-2. Mike has reached base twice tonight, hit by a pitch in the first inning, and he singled to lead off the fourth. The windup, and Stokely throws the 2-strike pitch up and in, very high. Lost control of that one. A ball and 2 strikes. Again, the defensive change is Derek Mann taking over at third base. Jason Hill in left. Jake Weber in right. The pitch from Stokely. Stoner swings and misses. Strike 3, and Stokely with 2 strikeouts and 2 batters. That one on a slider. So Billy came into this inning with just 1 strikeout in 5 2/3 innings for the season. And he has tripled his strikeout total after facing just 2 batters. Chad Santos, the hitter, is 0 for 2 and a strike on the outside corner. Again, Billy working quickly. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Billy strikes out 1 more batter in this inning, it'll be a Sonic strikeout inning, and Tom Crawford of Little Rock will win a $25 gift certificate to Sonic Drive-In. Another swing and a miss by Santos. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-3 Arkansas. Lead base is empty in Wichita's half of the 6th inning. Stokely with the 1-2 pitch, and it's low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Billy can be used in numerous ways as a reliever. He's been a short reliever. He's been a closer, a setup man, a long reliever. Call him the Stoke of all trades. Count 2-2 on Santos. The left-hander is 0 for 2, and he takes ball 3. Billy does get very fired up. And 1 strike away from whipping the side. Maybe a little bit too intense. Full count on Santos. He's walked 4 times this year against 12 strikeouts. No other batter in the Wichita lineup has whiffed more this year. Stokely's payoff pitch. Swing, ground ball to first baseman O'Keefe. Easy play. He'll run to the bag and call Stokely off, and the inning is over. 1-2-3. Good job by Stokely as the Travs hold the lead 4-3 going into the 7th inning. This is FM 101.1 The River.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought and sold, taught and told. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of a needle, I was often told. If you stand for nothing, you fall for gold. And your actions all are told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the cool taste of Coca-Cola.
You got an appetite, a taste that you can savor. Something different tonight, irresistible flavor. Hot chicken on the barbie, fish of the day. The Outback Grillers blow you away. Outback Steakhouse, it's just right. Outback Steakhouse.
No rules, just right.
Trav Baseball back here on FM 101.1 The River. Join us tomorrow for the series finale against the Wranglers, and 11 o'clock in the morning, special time for a first pitch. ITT Tech pregame show at 10:40 in the morning tomorrow. Join us while you're sitting there at work. The day after tax day, Jake Weber takes a strike on the outside corner. And as I always get a chance to do during on April 15th. Hello out there to my mother who did my taxes for me this year. Thank you very much. She also does about 1,000 other people's taxes as a CPA in Pittsburgh. Swing and a miss by Weber, 0-2. Also a hello out there to Houston, Texas. The parents of the Traveler strength and conditioning coach Brian Bennett are listening. John and Joanne Bennett. How come you didn't name your son Brian Jimmy? Foul ball off the left side by Weber. Jake is 1 for 3 with a run-scoring double back in the first inning. Zamora and O'Keefe will follow against Roger Luque. He's in his third inning. Weber hits a soft fly ball to center field, and he has his second hit of the night. Luque is going back to that curveball just about every chance he gets. And therefore, Weber was looking for a breaking pitch. Leaned out over the plate and golfed it into center field. Leadoff man reaches for the 4th straight inning. The last 3, the leadoff man has reached and scored. Keith Bodie comes out from the dugout. He's seen enough of Luque. Luque is gone. Here comes a brand new pitcher. We will take a 60-second pitching change break. But remember, this Thursday, April 24th, next Thursday that is, April 24th, is Prostate Cancer Awareness Night at Raywinder Field. The Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation will have the mobile testing unit at the ballpark for free prostate cancer screening, and all men that show up to get tested for prostate cancer will receive a free ticket to the Trav game on Sunday, April 27th. Again, that's Prostate Cancer Awareness Day, Thursday, April the 24th at Raywinder Field. We'll take a 60-second break. 4-3 score. Travs with the lead, and this is in the 7th inning on FM 101.1, The River.
Hello, this is Steve Stevens, and I'd like to talk to the men out there about a disease you don't want to think about, prostate cancer. Prostate cancer hits 1 in every 6 men during their lifetime. More than 1 million men have been diagnosed in just the last 5 years. 200,000 have already lost their lives. Early detection could have saved a lot of good men. The Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation urges you to get tested. So please take the first step, because it's time to say no more to prostate cancer.
Hi, fans. This is Phil Elson, voice of the Travs. I hope that you enjoy listening to Traveler Baseball as much as I love broadcasting it. Thanks for welcoming me and Arkansas's only professional baseball team into your house, car, or workplace. Please show your support of the Travelers radio broadcast by thanking our sponsors when you get the chance. Let them know that you heard them. They'll appreciate it, and the Travs certainly do, too. And keep tuning in all season to the Travs on Unforgettable Favorites, FM 101.1, The River.
Still here in the top of the 7th inning, and the Travs have Jake Weber at first base. Right-hander Nate Field is the new pitcher for the Wranglers. Junior Zamora at the plate, takes a pitch low, ball 1. Field replaces Roger Luque, who gave up 4 hits in an inning and 2/3. So far, 1 run. He's still responsible for Weber, the man at first base. He takes his lead. Zamora, right-handed hitter against the righty. And there's a strike at the knees to Zamora. Junior 0 for 2 tonight, lined into a double play in the first inning, walked and scored to lead off the 4th, and he bounced out to the mound in the 5th inning. Field with that wacky-looking stance as he takes the sign, his left foot towards first base, and the right-hander gets into the stretch, and a curveball swung on and missed by Zamora. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mike O'Keefe on deck as the Travs look to score for the 4th consecutive inning. Arkansas held scoreless in just the 2nd and 3rd innings tonight. Count 1 and 2 to Zamora. Pickoff toss onto first base is not in time. Field, a strikeout pitcher, and a breaking ball rings up Zamora as he looks at strike 3. The strikeout for Field is his 4th strikeout in just over 4 innings. No wins or losses. This is 5th appearance of the season. 2 runs allowed in 4 2/3 innings. Mike O'Keefe steps up, looking to add to an 8-game hit streak. Tonight he's hitless in 2 at-bats, reaching base once on a walk. Left-handed hitter takes a curveball low and inside. He thought about swinging, but held back. 1 ball, no strikes. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Travelers, and the Wranglers at 3 runs and 5 hits. Weber off of first base. Santos is standing there holding him on. Field throws a fastball low and inside to O'Keefe. Ball 2. Field, a former closer for the Wranglers. Pitched in 5 games for the Royals last year. O'Keefe hot shot to shortstop, fielded by Laura. 1 out at second. Machado to first. Double play ends the 7th inning. No runs for the Travelers. 1 base hit. No one left on. As Arkansas hits into their 3rd double play of this game. It is 7th inning stretch time. Travs lead 4-3. We'll be right back after this break on the River.
The Electric Cowboy is open Wednesday through Sunday at 7:30. Wednesday, Ladies' Night. All ladies entering before 10 receive a $5 cash gift, plus dance lessons and a 9-ball pool tourney. Thursday features crazy cash games, dance lessons, and specials on pitchers and long necks. Friday night has special long necks until midnight, and Saturday's early bird long neck special lasts until 9:30. Then we wrap it up Sunday with an 8-ball pool tourney and $50 cash to the best karaoke singer. The Electric Cowboy off I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Tractor trailer accident, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer injury, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer investigation, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer settlement, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer litigation experience, Gary Eubanks and Associates. At Gary Eubanks and Associates, an experienced trial lawyer will handle your tractor trailer case. And as always, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
The Travs and Del Monte have stepped up to the plate to offer you a great seating alternative this season at Ray Winder Field. It's the Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Section. This special no smoking, no alcohol area has been set aside to make your family's ballpark experience even more enjoyable. So when you buy your Travs tickets, ask for the Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Section. Del Monte Vegetables, simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte Vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
We are back here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium with the Arkansas Travelers ahead of the Wichita Wranglers by the score of 4-3. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast. Billy Stokely comes out for his 2nd inning of relief. And a good sign for Trav fans. Kenny James is walking under his own power right next to trainer Jamie Welch there, walking slowly out to the clubhouse in left field. So James is okay. Walking steadily, if not slowly. First pitch of the inning is slapped to center field by Justin Gamal, caught by Nate Haynes. 1 pitch, 1 out. Interesting piece of news just coming across my email from the Wall Street Journal. Apparently, folks, the Travs affiliate, Anaheim Angels, have finally been sold by Walt Disney Company. They've been trying to sell the Angels for about 2 seasons, maybe a little bit longer, about 2.5 years now. Thomas Laura stepping in, takes a strike from Stokely. Apparently the Angels have sold that Disney has sold the Angels to a Phoenix businessman named Arturo Moreno, who will become the first Mexican-American who is a majority owner of a major league team. Swinging a foul back by Laura. No balls, 2 strikes. He's 0 for 1. Wall Street Journal reporting that the Angels are going to be sold for slightly more than $180 million, which is about $33 million more than Disney paid for them in 1998. Pitch outside to Laura, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Laura batting left-handed, Stokely the righty, and his 1-2 pitch is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Laura, followed by the top of the order, Alejandro Machado. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swinging, and a chopper foul towards first base. Now, this deal is still subject to approval from Major League Baseball's 30 owners, and they're going to meet next month. So right now it is a preliminary sale. And this is coming from the Wall Street Journal, folks. It's about as reliable as it gets. 2-2 pitch. Laura swings and misses very weakly. Strike 3. Stokely has set down all 5 batters, 3 of them on strikeouts. And exactly when the Travs need a couple of easy innings, or quick innings, I should say. Bobby Jenks didn't have his best stuff tonight, had trouble locating his breaking pitch. He did get through 5 innings, allowing 3 runs. Bobby is in line for the win. And Stokely now facing his 6th batter, Alejandro Machado, who's 0 for 2. And he'll take ball 1 high and outside from the Texas native. Now, the Angels being sold at this point does not affect the Arkansas Travelers. There's the 1-0. And a strike on the inside corner. Now, for those of you who occasionally get things mixed up, we've heard some people say now the Angels own the Travelers. They think that Disney owns the Travs. Well, it's not true. We're still a community-owned team, owned by our fans in Arkansas. Pitch outside to Machado. 2 balls, 1 strike. And this next pitch, another strike on the inside corner. The Travelers have the relationship with the front office of the Angels. It's not really the relationship with Disney per se, but the Angels arm of the Disney Corporation. The windup in Stokely's 2-2 pitch is grounded to third baseman Derek Mann. He fields it and flips it to first base in time for the out. And Billy Stokely has pitched 2 perfect innings. Rain has begun to fall right now here in Wichita, Lawrence Dumont Stadium, and it is coming down pretty good. We will take a break. We'll be back in 90 seconds for the top of the 8th. Travelers 4, Wranglers 3. This is FM 101.1, The River.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3-a-day today? The power of cheese.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham, all on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Hey, free! What a terrific word free is. Freedom, free speech, free enterprise, and of course, free Trav tickets. Hey, there's only one way to get yourself free Trav tickets. Buy a tub of Shed Spreads Country Crock, bring the receipt to a Thursday Traveler home game, and you'll get up to 6 family members into the ballpark for free. Plus, we play Shed Spreads Country Crock Bingo with great prizes all during the game. That's Shed Spread Country Crock free Family Thursday.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The rain is still falling, but we are still playing baseball, and here in the top of the 8th is a 4-3 Arkansas lead. And the Travs have right-handed hitting Jason Hill leading off against Nate Field, and a fly ball foul towards right, strike 1. Now, the rain is coming down, but it did slack off a little bit after it first started. The tarps in the bullpen have been laid down, but apparently we're going to still be able to play baseball. It isn't coming down in droves yet, but the rain is supposed to get a little bit harder as the night continues. Field throws the 0-1, and Hill out in front of the pitch, golfs it in the air to shallow right field. Geddes in from right, Machado out from second, and it's Machado's call, and Machado's catch, 1 away. Brian Speck will be into the batter's box next, followed by Ryan Budde. Pay attention to the newspapers, folks. You want to go online the next couple days if you want to read up on this purported sale of the Anaheim Angels. But as I said, it does not affect the Travs right now. Speck takes a strike from field. Bryan has singled, hit a sac fly, and was intentionally walked. Count is 0-1 on Specht. And here's the next pitch from Field. Another strike on the outside corner. As I mentioned earlier, the Angels have been, the Disney's been trying to sell the Angels for the past couple of years. And they've had a lot of trouble getting people interested. Donald Watkins, an Alabama businessman, has been interested in buying a Major League franchise, said that is not going to try purchasing the Angels. And he was trying to focus on the Twins, but that has since quieted down. Pitch outside to Specht, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Watkins does purchase a Major League franchise. He'll be the first African-American majority owner in baseball history. A 1-2 pitch, and Specht has to get out of the way of a Field fastball. 4-3 Arkansas lead. One of the main sticking points for the Angels looking for someone to buy that team was that they had to keep them in Anaheim. 2-2 pitch, Specht swings and misses, strike 3. And Ryan Budde is next. He is singled twice, including the go-ahead single in the 6th inning, struck out on the 4th. There was a lot of talk even before last season that the Angels may be the team to be eliminated. And if Anaheim was eliminated from the American League, then the Oakland Athletics possibly would have moved into Anaheim and would have stayed as the Angels, but with a different ownership. Would have been a really wacky situation as Ryan Budde takes a strike. But with the success of the Angels last year, world champions, and now with a very enthusiastic fan base in Southern California, there's certainly no talk of that. And it makes the Angels a much more attractive buy for a potential owner. Budde takes inside 1-1. If you're just joining us, we got some news from the Wall Street Journal. Staff reporter named Bruce Orwell writing the article that the Angels reportedly have been sold by Disney to Phoenix businessman Arturo Moreno. And this pitch right down the middle to Budde, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-3 Traveler lead. Top half of the 9th inning. Set position by Field. His pitch, breaking ball, low and away. Budde takes it, 2-2. Of course, Major League Baseball should be looking for new ownership for the Montreal Expos as soon as they decide where they want the Expos to play following this year. 2-2 pitch, slider, swing and a miss, strike 3. Side retired as Field strikes out 2 of 3 batters. Travelers still have the lead 4-3. Billy Stokely out to the mound yet again as we come to the bottom of the 8th. And the rain coming down here in southeastern Kansas. We'll be back after this on FM 101.1, The River.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shedspread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shedspread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium, scheduled for the bottom of the 8th inning, but we are now in a rain delay. Rain delay called at 9:28 by crew chief Todd Pitchner, with the Travelers leading 4-3 and the rain really coming down right now. It is starting to pour in Wichita. The wind is blowing the rain almost sideways out towards left center field. And certainly these are not playable conditions. Now, the tarp crew got a late start, and they have a gigantic tarp, very heavy. And we're going to see how many people there are working on the tarp right now. They're just starting to unroll it in the outfield. And they've got this artificial turf surface on the infield that gets slick very quickly. So they're going to have to get that tarp out there if they want to save this game. Hey, if the game gets called, the Travs win. Up 4-3 in the middle of the eighth. How many people they have working this tarp? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 23 people it takes to roll out the tarp here in Wichita. And they're adding more people. Even the general manager, Steve Schad, just jumped over the first base foul wall and runs out towards the field. Not only is this tarp crew battling the wind, but they're battling now a rainstorm. And the tarp can be very dangerous in windy conditions. They were practicing putting the tarp on earlier today. If you're not careful, you can get injured doing this. It's a contact sport. Tarp putting on. Well, they've got the thing unfolded, and now the tarp, which is in the exact shape of the playing surface on the infield, is now being dragged onto that field, and they got it out there pretty quickly, a lot quicker than I thought was going to happen. But the wind is still blowing it all around, and they're going to have to. It's going to take some time to get that tarp stretched to exactly where it's supposed to be when it sits there. But we are in a rain delay. If I remember correctly, this will be the second rain delay of the season for the Travs in Arkansas, 1-0 when it rains. And boy, it is really coming down now. They had a tornado watch for the county that Wichita sits in. And now the wind blowing the rain kind of inside the broadcast booth here. Anybody out there on the field is getting soaked right now. I hope they didn't wear their Sunday best just to put the tarp on. All right, now we'll hope to finish this ball game, but if it is called, the Travelers will win. And judging by how the rain is coming down, I don't think we're going to be playing any more baseball today. So while we have the time, we'll let you know what's going on in the world of Major League Baseball. Scores, that is, on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Games that are currently in progress in the National League. The Phillies leading the Marlins 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth inning. Actually, that should be a final score then. It looks like the Phillies have beaten Florida 4-3. In that tightly packed National League East, the Phillies will move to 9-5. Jimmy Rollins hit his first home run of the year, and it looks like Jose Mesa registered a save. Milwaukee 6-1 over St. Louis after 8 innings. Royce Clayton and Richie Sexton have hit home runs. Eduardo Perez for St. Louis with his first homer. Colorado putting up 4 runs in the first 2 innings against Arizona rookie John Patterson. 4-0 Rockies right now. Scoreless game at Dodger Stadium between the Pods and the Dodgers. Jake Peavy and Hideo Nomo are the starting pitchers in that game. Houston at San Francisco later on. Jeremy Robertson and Kurt Ainsworth will be the starters. Final scores from the National League. The Cubs all over the Cincinnati Reds, 11-1. Sammy Sosa hits his second home run of the season. 501st of his career. Bellhorn and Choi. Hesop. Big Choi, second home run as a Cub. Sean Estes picks up his first win. Danny Graves, the loser. Atlanta 2, Montreal 1 as the Expos have their 5-game winning streak snapped by the Braves. And their first loss for Montreal in Puerto Rico. Gary Sheffield and Marcus Giles with home runs. Orlando Cabrera hit a home run for Montreal. Mets beat the Pirates 3-1. New York wins for the first time in 7 games. And the Pirates lose for the 3rd time in 4 nights. Pirates held to 5 hits and 1 run by Tom Glavine and Armando Benitez. Glavine is the winning pitcher. Second victory of the year. Josh Fogg allowed a home run to Jeremy Burnitz, and Fogg takes the loss. Benitez saves his 4th. Games in progress in the American League, middle of the 8th. at I'm not going to call it U.S. Cellular Field, Comiskey Park. On the south side, Royals and the Sox tied at 4. Royals starting the season 10-1, White Sox at 7-5. Joe Randa has hit his second home run of the year. Minnesota 6, Detroit 4, top of the 8th inning. Pine Bluff's Torrey Hunter hits his first home run. Carlos Pena sends one out for the Tigers. Trav affiliate Anaheim Angels trailing Texas 5-4. Brendan Donnelly in the game for the Halos after pitching a scoreless 7th inning. Darren Erstad and Scott Spezio have hit home runs for the Halos. Bottom 1 in Seattle. No score between the Mariners and the Oakland A's. Ted Lilly and Ryan Franklin are the starters. 3 final scores in the American League. Boston Red Sox beat Tampa Bay 6-5. As the Red Sox win their 8th game of the year. Johnny Damon hit his 4th home run of the season. Mike Timlin got the win. Al Levine with the loss. Shumpert hits his 2nd home run. Cleveland 8, Baltimore 3 from the Jake. Matt Lawton hit his 2nd home run of the year. And the Yankees shut out Toronto 5-0 on 3 hits. Mike Mussina goes all the way for his 3rd win of the year. Jorge Posada hits his 5th home run. And updating you on scores from around the Texas League. The game in Midland between Round Rock and the Rockhounds has been postponed because of rain. And that is I believe it's the same stretch of storms that is coming through Kansas right now. A long line of storms from Kansas into the northern portion of Texas that rained out the game in Midland. San Antonio 4, El Paso 1. After 6 innings of play in El Paso. And we'll wait just a second for the webpage to refresh. I can give you the score from the other game in the Texas League out in El Paso. San Antonio 6, El Paso 5 after 4 innings of play. Corey Myers hits a home run for El Paso. Justin Leon for the Mission. Tulsa 5, Frisco 3. Closser and Warren homers for the Drillers. And again, the game in Midland was postponed between Round Rock and the Rockhounds with the Express ahead 2-0 after 2 innings. Here in Wichita, our score is Arkansas 4, Wichita 3. Very strong winds. And strong rain delaying our game starting at 9:28. Just under 10 minutes in today's rain delay. Travs ahead by a score of 4-3. We'll recap the game right now. Travs took a 1-0 lead in the top of the 1st inning off starter Ryan Douglas. Nate Haynes led the inning off with a single. And on a hit-and-run play, Jake Weber doubled him home for a 1-0 Arkansas lead. But it didn't last very long. Starting pitcher Bobby Jenks retired the first 2 batters of the 1st inning. Then he walked Carlos Beltran after numerous foul balls. Hunter Bledsoe doubled Beltran home. Titus Meadows brought in Bledsoe with a single to left field to put Wichita ahead 2-1. Score stayed the same until the 4th inning, when Douglas walked Junior Zamora and Mike O'Keefe to begin the 4th. The ground out moved them up a base, and then Brian Speck hit a sac fly to left field, which brought Zamora home to tie the game at 2. But the Travs then took a lead in the 5th inning. Adonis Harrison led off with a triple. 2 batters later, Roger Luque was brought on to face Nate Haynes, but Nate singled to right field, bringing across Harrison for a Travs lead at that point 3-2. But Wichita came right back to tie the game in the 5th against Jenks. Geddes, a 2-out single to right field. Beltran doubled him home. And then the Travs took the lead that they hold right now in the 6th inning against Roger Luque. Jason Hill doubled with 1 out. Brian Speck was intentionally walked, and Ryan Budde singled to left field for his 2nd hit of the game, bringing Hill across the plate. And at that point, it made it the Travs 4 and the Wranglers 3. Billy Stokely pitching a pair of shutout frames, and as he went out to warm up for the bottom of the 8th, time was called, and the tarp was ordered on the field by home plate umpire Todd Titchener. And currently, Titchener is talking with the grounds crew just in front of the third base dugout. Now, at this point, it looks like the rain has really slowed down. It's kind of spitting out onto the field. But the reports are that it's supposed to rain for quite a while tonight, and there is a tornado watch that just expired. Wichita right now is right at the front of a line of storms that stretches down into Texas. And this long storm, if you're talking width-wise, it goes from Texas even past Dodge City, which is located about 150 miles away. So Wichita just at the front of that, and we're going to get hit a little bit more with rain. And a little bit of heavy rain right in the middle of that big storm. 4-3 Travelers lead. We'll try to keep you updated on the situation here weather-wise. The umpires are now walking into their locker room, which is located beyond the first base dugout, and they're being aided with Josh Robertson, who's the baseball operations director here at Lawrence Dumont. And we'll let you know if anything changes right now. If the game gets called, then Arkansas wins with a 1-run lead halfway through the 8th inning. If we continue, the Travs will probably have to warm up a new pitcher because Billy Stokely went 2 innings, and right now his arm is cooling off. So what we will do for the time being is kick it back to the studios and see and let you hear the new format on our flagship station, FM 101.1 The River. Of course, it used to be Music of Your Life. Now it's Unforgettable Favorites. Great songs right there. So see if they're playing any rain music. So we'll kick it back to the studios. We'll try to come back in about 10 minutes and let you know what the situation is here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. But one way or the other, we'll report it to you. 4-3 lead for the Arkansas Travelers, and we'll give you updates right now. We are in a rain delay here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. So back to the studios for Unforgettable Favorites, FM 101.1, The River. Welcome back to Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The sound you hear in the background is the falling of raindrops here in Wichita. The game has been called in the middle of the 8th inning, and the Arkansas Travelers are the winners by the final score of 4-3. Welcome to your post-game report. This is Phil Elson, and it's time to run down how this game went about tonight. Travs jumped out for a first-inning lead for the 8th time in 9 games. Nate Haynes, a leadoff single against Wichita starter Ryan Douglas. With Jake Weber at the plate, manager Ty Boykin started the wheels going, and Arkansas took a 1-0 lead. Get back in the lineup. Facing a right-hander. Count 1 ball, no strikes. And Haynes takes off. Weber singles towards left center field. And that one will get between the outfielders. Haynes is already around third. He's going to score as Weber pulls into second base with an RBI double. And Arkansas back on the scoreboard in the first inning. Took them just 1 game to get back into the groove. Tied. And that did make it a score of 1-0. Weber cracking his 5th double against Wichita in his 6th of the year. He's tied for the league lead with those 6 doubles. But the Traveler lead did not last very long as Trav pitcher Bobby Jenks walked Carlos Beltran in a terrific at-bat by the Royal center fielder with 2 outs in the first. That brought up Hunter Bledsoe, and almost exactly as the Travs scored the first run in a hit-and-run double, so did the Wichita Wranglers. Allowing just 5 stolen bases in 11 attempts this year. And Beltran takes off. The pitch is jacked towards left center field. Hit very well, and it's a tweener. With Beltran on the move, he's going to score with no problem. And Bledsoe pulls into second base with a run-scoring double. So that RBI double by Hunter Bledsoe tied the game at 1, and then tied as Meadows came up, and Wichita took the lead after Meadows cracked this go-ahead single. 0-1 pitch, line drive into left field, a base hit. Bledsoe will be sent around third base. Weber up, throwing from left field. The ball has to be cut off, and Bledsoe will score the go-ahead run. And the Wranglers led in the first inning for the second consecutive night following that two-run rally. Again, all with 2 outs against starter Bobby Jenks. But the Trav starter Jenks then pitched the next 3 innings shutout baseball, getting some help from the fielders. Catcher Ryan Budde gunning down a runner, trying to steal second base in the second inning. Trav's turned a double play in the fourth. Trav's had some trouble getting some breaks in the second inning with the men at the corners and 1 out. Adonis Harrison bounced into a 1-6-3 double play. And then in the fourth inning, Trav leadoff man Junior Zamora was walked by Douglas. Mike O'Keefe followed by walking. A ground out moved them up to second and third base. Brian Speck then tied the game at 2 with a sac fly to left field. Travs took a lead in the fifth inning after Adonis Harrison led off with a triple and had to stay there on a ground out to first. Douglas was removed in favor of Roger Luque, and Nate Haynes greeted him with an RBI single, putting the Travs up by 1. At that point, the score was 3-2, but a short-lived lead. Wichita came back for a run in the fifth with 2 outs against Jenks. Byron Geddes a single to right field. He scored from first when Carlos Beltran cracked a run-scoring double down the first base line, and again tied at 3 after 5 innings. But the Travs came back in the fifth to score the deciding run. Jason Hill, a 1-out double to the center field fence. And then the Wranglers decided to intentionally walk Brian Speck, which brought up Ryan Budde, who was hitless in 4 at-bats with a runner in scoring position coming into that at-bat. But that number didn't stay the same for very long. Third base with a strikeout. The 2-1 line drive left field and a base hit. Jason Hill will be sent around third base. Titus Meadows comes up throwing from left field. The ball is cut off. Hill scores, and the Travs take another lead. 4-3 Travelers. Later on in the inning, Kenny James was hit in the head by a fastball from Roger Luque. He went down and stayed on the ground for about 5 minutes, but he was able to get up under his own power. He walked off the field and later was seen walking towards the clubhouse with the trainer Jamie Welch following him. So it was good to see Kenny up and walking after that. Hopefully he is all right and will have no lingering effects from that fastball drilling him on the helmet. But the Travs then, after the lead in the sixth inning, brought in righty Billy Stokely, who faced 6 batters, and 6 batters went down in order. Billy struck out 3 of the 6 men he faced. Travs also went scoreless in the 7th and 8th innings, and then as we were getting ready for the bottom of the 8th, the skies opened up, and the rain started to fall very heavily. They started the rain delay at 9:28. It was called at 5 minutes after 10, and the Arkansas Travelers pick up the win by the final score of 4-3. The winning pitcher is Bobby Jenks. The loss to Ryan Douglas. And we'll let you know what went on in Major League Baseball and the Texas League following this break on the post-game report. The Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard is coming up next.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great-tasting Miller Lite. Great-tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Just because you're working a smaller acreage doesn't mean you have to skimp on comfort and reliability. So stop by Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at John Deere's rugged new 5020 series tractors. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. These new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. Test drive a new John Deere 5020 series tractor now at Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England.
Welcome back to the Traveler broadcast. Arkansas wins tonight in a rain-shortened game, 4-3. The game was called in the middle of the 8th after 30 minutes of rain, and it's a good decision because it is really coming down right now. Tons of rain pouring down from the skies here in southeastern Kansas. Phil Elson with you. Time for the look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Southwest Airlines is the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers. You can view them on Southwest.com, and that's the only place you can get the low fares from Southwest Airlines online. Begin with games currently in progress. There are 3 to tell you about in the National League. Colorado leading Arizona 5-1 after 4.5 innings. Richard and Chacon have homered for the Rockies in that game. That's former Traveler Chris Richard. San Diego and the Los Angeles Dodgers scoreless in the top of the fourth in L.A. San Francisco is leading Houston 4-1 in the bottom of the second inning. Houston's run scored on a homer by Orlando Merced. Final scores now from the National League. Cubs over the Cincinnati Reds 11-1. Sosa, Bellhorn, and Choi hit home runs. Sean Estes picks up his first win. Danny Graves drops to 0-2. Atlanta wins in the top of the 10th inning, 2-1 over the Montreal Expos. Go-ahead homer by Marcus Giles. Gary Sheffield added a solo homer. Orlando Cabrera accounted for the only Expos run with his third homer of the year. Jung Bong gets the win for the Expos. Lost to Smith of the Montreal Expos and the save to John Smoltz. Phillies beat Florida 4-3. Jimmy Rollins hits his first home run of the season. Jose Silva wins his second. Josh Beckett drops to 1-2. Jose Mesa save number 3. Mets end a 6-game losing streak by beating the Pirates in Pittsburgh 3-1. Jeremy Burnitz with his second home run of the year. Tom Glavine wins his second. Armando Benitez save number 4. Milwaukee 6-1 winners over the St. Louis Cardinals. Clayton and Sexton with jacks for the Brew Crew. Ben Sheets wins for the first time this year. Some games in progress right now in the American League. Actually, just one of them. Seattle and Oakland tied at 2. Bottom of the third inning at Safeco Field. Eric Chavez hitting his second home run of the year. Final scores now. Texas beats Anaheim 5-4. The Angels drop to 7-7. And the Rangers 6-8 in the tight American League West. Darren Erstad and Scott Spezio hit home runs for the Halos. Jared Washburn takes the loss. Colby Lewis wins his second game of the year. Former Driller 2-0. Ugi Urbina save number 5. Final score from Minnesota. The Twins down the Detroit Tigers, sending Detroit to their 11th loss of the year in 12 games. Twins win 6-4. As Minnesota has now won 4 consecutive. Torrey Hunter hits his first home run. Kyle Loge win number 2. Eddie Guardado saves his 5th. And Mike Maroth is the first 4-game loser in the Major League. Kansas City beats the Chicago White Sox 8-4. Mike Sweeney, a big home run in a 4-run ninth inning as the Royals defeat the White Sox 8-5. KC now 11-1 on the season. Yankees win over the Toronto Blue Jays 5-0. Mike Mussina gets his third win. Roy Halladay suffers his second loss. Jorge Posada hit his 5th home run. And New York now 11-2 on the year. Cleveland over Baltimore 8-3. Davis the win, Dahl the loss. Lawton hits his second home run for the Tribe. Boston beats Tampa Bay 6-5. With a run on the bottom of the ninth inning, the winning pitcher was Mike Timlin. Johnny Damon hit his 4th home run. Now currently scores in the Texas League. Game postponed out in Midland between Round Rock and the Rockhounds. 2 innings got in. Round Rock was leading 2-0, but a dust storm and high winds forced the postponement of the game. They have not announced a makeup date. Final score comes from Tulsa, where the Drillers defeat the Frisco Rough Riders 9-3. The Tulsa Drillers and Travelers now with identical 7-5 records. Chris Boglovsky gets his first win. A.J. Murray the loss. Closser and Warren homer for Tulsa. And when we last checked, it was a slugfest in El Paso as the San Antonio Missions have a 9-8 lead after 6 innings of play in El Paso. Justin Leon with a solo home run in the first inning for San Antonio. Corey Myers with a home run for the Diablos in the 4th. That is the Texas League scoreboard and the Major League scoreboard, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline for the Arkansas Travelers. And we will come back after this break. On a 4-3 Traveler win, we will give you our final segment for the Travs post-game report, the winning, the losing pitcher. BC Powder player of the game will also set up tomorrow's series finale here in Wichita. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought or sold, taught or told. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of Benito, I was often told. If you stand for nothing, you're far for gold. And your actions all are told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with a cool taste of Coca-Cola.
It's toaster time anytime this month at Sonic, because Sonic offers their full menu all day. Choose from our chicken club toaster sandwich, our bacon cheddar burger toaster, or our 3 breakfast toaster sandwiches, made with egg, cheese, and your choice of sausage, bacon, or ham. All on thick, delicious Texas toast and made after you order it. So now when you drive into Sonic, you can get a toaster sandwich for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Only at Sonic.
And back here on the Travelers broadcast, FM 101.1 The River. It is raining cats and dogs right now. I can hear the meowing and the barking. I'm not looking forward to walking out to the bus. It is pouring in Wichita. Rain-shortened game. The Travs win tonight by the final score of 4-3. Here are the final totals. The Travelers with 4 runs scored on 9 base hits, no errors committed. Arkansas leaving 6 men on base, and the Wranglers scored 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Wichita leaving 4 men on base. Winning pitcher is Bobby Jenks. He moves to 2-0. Billy Stokely got his first save of the year with 2 perfect innings. The loss saddled to Roger Luque, allowing 4 hits and a run in an inning and 2/3. Travelers move the record to 7-5. They are tied with Tulsa for the division lead. Wichita drops to 5-7, and they are also tied with Frisco for, well, you could say tied for 3rd place because the Travs are tied for 1st place. So let's see tonight. All in all, a pretty good game played by the Travs. Ryan Budde delivered the game-winning hit. 2 hits overall. Also caught a man trying to steal second base. So we'll award Ryan Budde tonight's BC Powder Player of the Game. For the first time this year, Ryan is given that award. When you have a friend in pain and you have an extra BC in your pocket, of course you share the relief. BC Headache Powder is pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed. Tomorrow, the Travelers will take on the Wichita Wranglers in the final game of this 4-game series. It'll be an 11 o'clock start time. Travs have lefty Eric Sear out on the mound. He's still looking for his first win of the 2003 season. Sear comes in at tomorrow's game, no wins with 2 losses. His earned run average at .838. And Brian Rose will pitch for the Wranglers. It'll be the second time Arkansas faces Rose. In 2 starts, Rose is 0-1 with a .352 earned run average. He got a no decision against the Travs earlier this year. Again, the first pitch will be thrown tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll have the ITT Technical Institute pregame show right here, live on FM 101.1 The River at 10:40 in the morning. So join us when you're sitting there at work, looking for something to listen to. What's better than a ball game? And let you know all about the Travs. So again, this game tonight took 2 hours, 22 minutes in front of 439 paid fans on a blustery, windy, rainy night in Wichita. The Arkansas Travelers pick up a rain-shortened victory over Wichita, 4-3. Big thanks to Mike Miller back at the studios. I am Phil Elson. Again, thank you for joining us. Travs win 4-3. And we'll be talking baseball again tomorrow morning.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore, do they?
Arkansas Travelers Baseball has been brought to you by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. Remember that all Arkansas Travelers games can be heard only on Unforgettable Favorites FM 101.1 The River.